Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you suddenly
Yeah.
sounded a lot
Interesting.
clearer for no apparent reason.
Oh, I was going to say I heard it too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let
Yeah,
me.
none of that noisy
There's
background.
nothing wrong with it. It sounds great.
It's
Yeah,
like
leave
crisp.
it.
It's crisp as anything.
Yeah, okay. I won't
Perfect.
touch anything then.
It's like
Shit.
a static.
We'll go back to
Give
it
it
There you go.
back.
We'll go back
That's
to it
your
next
win of
week.
the
Don't
day.
worry. Well, that's fine. Next week we don't have a session. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Crabby D&D. I am here with Cat,
Yo.
Mortar,
Howdy.
Kirv,
Hiya.
and Vinny.
Hello.
We are missing a Romulus today, unfortunately, but we wish you well, Harlan, and hopefully we will see you next time. As a general heads up for anyone who may be watching this, I will say it again at the end of the session, but there is no session next week, as I am taking a day off. How dare I?
Woo woo.
Indeed.
Self-care.
Boo. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, it's my cousin's wedding the day before, and I am not going to be in a D&D state the day after.
Respect.
So,
Respectable.
yeah, it's a once in a lifetime thing. So I only get one day off ever in my life. So that's fine.
No days off.
That works for me. So, are you all ready?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Freaking go.
Wonderful. Greetings, one and all. Glad to have you here. Now, let us remind ourselves of just what situation our party has left themselves in. Last session, our party of adventurers, Cats, Kirv, Mortar, Romulus, and Vinny, had escaped the undead and travelled through the frozen forest valley that lies within the base of the Spiral Mountains. After avoiding a bout of nasty weather and progressing a day up the mountain, the party came across a strange plateau with bones hanging off of the edge, held up only by webbing. Arriving at the top, the party saw nothing other than a hole that led deeper within the plateau itself, surrounded by webbing on its edges. With the decision still to be made on whether they wanted to risk sleeping as night has begun to fall, or whether they wanted to possibly fight the creature before resting, if there even is one. The party sits within the dome, discussing. The wind outside the dome is otherwise rolling past, the light winds not disturbing your speech to one another by any means, but the atmosphere inside of the dome is now more comfortable. The air is a little thicker and a little bit easier to breathe, and you're generally finding it a bit clearer where outside from the vulnerable nature of, well, a flat plateau on the mountainside. Currently, you may place yourself accordingly on the map where you would like your characters to be, but as it currently stands, you are in a dome. So I will quickly get the dome, and Vinny, you may place this as and where you would like.
What's the condition of the ground here?
Solid.
Okay.
Not necessarily smooth, it is still rough in places, but it is solid.
Okay. Okay, so Pterodor can't glide in this.
Yeah, you can, it's stone.
No, guys.
Oh, alright.
Guys,
Oh,
I'm
of
all
course, yeah.
for,
I'm thinking of Molder. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's underneath it.
I'm all for not touching this hole and everything, but I'm telling you, this feels like a bad idea.
I really don't think we should. I really don't think we should. We have people that are vulnerable, and we don't know what we're poking. We've travelled quite a lot together now, and we've seen stone dragons twice. I don't know how we hold up against something strong. And we don't know what this is. Or it could be an entire hive. At that point, we just get overrun.
Yeah, I didn't say your thinking didn't make sense. I just said I don't think it's a good idea. That's all. Like,
Dome's going to be
If you
here.
guys-
Everyone needs to have been in it at some time.
oh yeah. If you guys feel like this is the right course of action, then I'll go along with it. It's just I don't think it's a good idea. That's all.
I understand.
Well, if we all die, you can say I told you so. How's that?
Well, I certainly hope we don't die.
I can't afford to lot keep dying. It's getting very expensive. I don't get much pocket money, okay?
Aww.
How close is it to nighttime?
Maybe half an hour away.
Okay.
Up here in the
Is it worth me
mountains,
maybe-
there's more sunlight exposure than there would be elsewhere. But you're gathering that as the night is beginning to fall, it is getting closer to nightfall, with the shadows beginning to grow longer and longer.
Is
And
it
you may
worth
be able to hear the
maybe-
bone chimes in the background as well.
Oh yeah, I can actually. It's really, really immersive. Is it worth me going ahead just a little bit and kind of getting an idea of our terrain so I can plan a route for tomorrow?
I mean, you can do, but I'm not.
I won't be
sure
going
that-
far. I won't be going far. Don't worry.
It
got
starts getting
quite-
flashbacks of his scouting mission where he finds the Noctarch.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. Should we maybe send one of the birds as well?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Have one of the birds, and then if anything happens, then which nothing will. Hypothetically, if something does happen, we'll have someone there. I can hide one of the birds in my cloak if that helps.
Dimension door. Is Dimension door?
An action's 500 feet.
Can I cast it through Jeff?
Its range is not touch. So the answer to that would be no.
500. Yeah, I was trying to work out what the preliminary portal was.
Mm-hmm.
How far can I cast the original on? How does this work? Is it a self?
What? Dimension door?
Hmm.
No, it's a 500 foot, so you can send yourself and one other 500 up to 500 feet.
Okay, so right, yeah. I was trying to work out what the original things are like myself. So I'm assuming it's yeah.
Mhm.
Don't worry about it. I'm just rambling. Trying to work out if there was a way I could bring Mortar back instantly should he get into trouble
That would be really cool.
without actually going myself.
Don't worry, it won't take me long. I won't go far. I'll be back before it gets dark. So
So
just
do you
so I
want
can get an
Eugene or
idea.
Filch?
Which one's the best for conversation?
Oh. I look to Eugene and Filch. What are they looking like?
Both of them look back at you. You watch as Filch kind of instinctively puts a claw up to his beak. Bag's not it!
Fuck you, bird.
Oh. Eugene just kind of whimpers a little bit and climbs onto Mortar's shoulder.
Hey,
Show 'em what you're made of,
So,
Eugene.
don't be so down. I'm a great time. Let's go, bird.
Okay, where are you
His
headed?
name's Eugene.
Sure, Eugene. Let's go. I guess I'm just going to. So you said obviously there's the plateau and everything, and then there's a route like going past it, like as if we could continue upwards. I think you mentioned last session.
There looks
Yeah,
like
some
there's a
steeping line.
what looks like a sheer kind of edge, and then it goes to more of a gradual top to the mountain. So it's not necessarily there's a forged path by any means. It just looks like there's a viable route if you can get up the ledge.
I guess I'll give it a try.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
Okay. Yeah, just give it a go to see maybe what we're in for the following day. Athletics.
Oh, good lord, if he fails this and it's blown off the mountain,
I'll laugh.
I'm the only one with Featherfall.
And you can't cast it from
And you
inside
can't
the
cast
dome.
magic inside the dome.
No.
Well, you can. It
I
just
was
doesn't
thinking-
go through the dome.
Yeah, I mean, at least if I fall over, I'll be gentle. Maybe. I
Oh,
shouldn't
shit.
do
Well,
Oh shit!
that's a natural one.
Oh god.
Oh,
that.
shit! Oh god.
So,
Okay.
Mortar,
Hmm.
here's your choice.
So here's the thing: climbing with a peg leg up a sheer cliff face, not a good idea, apparently.
So,
Uh-huh.
here's your choice. Either you manage to successfully climb to the top before a bout of wind will blow you off into a direction. We'll determine where that will be based on a D8, so you could end up falling into the pit. You could end up falling back to the rest of your party. You could end up falling further away and plummeting to your death. Who knows? Or do you want to reach, just before you reach the top of this sheer edge, the peg leg snaps and you fall back down?
Much prefer the peg leg snapping and falling.
Okay.
Definitely prefer that.
You take
the wind
1
thing is too
point.
unpredictable.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as your peg leg snaps and you fall backwards onto your back. You kind of bash your head and you go and just begin to rub the back of your head. The rest of you watch this. Romulus, more accurately, kind of stands up and wanders over and just looks at you. I'll try and make you another one tomorrow.
Ah, forget it. It's fine. It won't ever be as good as the first one.
And he otherwise helps you back to the dome.
Oh, well,
And Romulus is going to
good
spend
news and
his
bad
next
news.
watch
we're in,
working on it.
we are in for a bitch of a climb tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Grumble, grumble. Okay.
I don't want
Right?
Right.
And
If that's the case,
gesture
then-
of my broken peg leg.
Yeah, if that's the case, everyone needs to focus on getting a good night's rest.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Sorry, guys.
So who's taking
No, it's a good idea.
what rests? Also, notably, Mortar, your speed is back to being halved
Yes,
now
that's fine.
because your
I'm
peg
taking all
leg
of
no
them.
longer works.
No.
That's fair enough. Could I go for first watch? Oh, actually, no. I want to watch when it's darkest.
So the middle.
Okay,
So you'll go second watch.
I will go first if that's okay then.
Then I'll be third.
Okay. And who wants Romulus? Oh no, he usually takes the last watch because he prepares food.
to.
Actually, no, you know what? As much as he would do that, he's going to rely on all of your rations tomorrow, and he's instead going to go the middle watch to try and repair Mortar's peg leg while he's on watch.
Fair.
And Jeff is going to overwork and watch.
Okay.
With
So Jeff is overall watching. Okay. So, you all begin to bed down. The wind beginning to blow past. Vinny, go ahead and roll me a perception check as the rest of your party begins to bed down as best they can to sleep on the kind of the rough stone floor here.
that's
The
terrible.
rest of you trying to get as much sleep, you keep an eye out.
Yes, Vinny on past few watches has been somewhat distracted by keeping an eye on Carvern, but knowing that she's as good as we're likely to get her, and we're only one good day's climb away from potential salvation now. Is just trying to be focused on, just trying to be focused on making sure we're going to be safe and keeping an eye on this pit. Yeah.
Jeff's watching
Unfortunately,
too.
focus can backfire.
And would you like to roll a perception check for Jeff, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is a natural 1 for a total of 1.
Wow. Jeff did good. He's got +3, so 28.
Okay. Does Jeff have dark vision?
No, he doesn't, so we'll take it as a flat roll.
No. In this case, Jeff can't see.
Can he not? Wow.
Not
What did you
tonight.
do to him?
What did you do to it?
So if I got my calculations correct, it is a nope. Never mind. Not a new moon. It's nearly another full moon again. So never mind. So in which case,
And he's
it would be it would just be the first roll. So it'd be a 16
Okay,
plus.
so it's a 19.
Yeah, it'd be a 19 because it'd be a disadvantage
bad.
cancelling out a disadvantage. So 19 still.
Yeah. Still 19 is
That
better
is-
than nothing.
It's very good. It's very good.
For a bird that's got no dark vision.
Oh, for sure.
As you're kind of trying to keep watch, Vinny, you keep looking back at Carvern, and you're trying to keep out watch as much as you can. And as you're kind of there. You've got your arms crossed. You yawn. And as you kind of feel the sudden comfort of the area, hearing the bone chimes adding a little bit of atmospheric nature to it, you otherwise begin to lie down, just closing your eyes briefly. Cat, go ahead and roll me a d20 roll, please.
What does this mean?
What are you doing to us?
I'm consuming your 7.
Perfect.
Mass Devour.
Okay.
Best of out.
The night goes by. You all wake the next morning. As nobody woke up for their watch, and Jeff fell asleep.
Oh, come on.
Motherfucker.
As you all wake up, the dome is gone. It's a little bit brisk out, and you all begin to feel this almost drained nature to all of you. None of you have benefited from a long rest, so all of you take a point of exhaustion, and everybody's health and everybody's health is halved.
Whoa!
No.
Hold on.
This is maximum and current for the rest of the day.
Wait, what?
That's rude.
That's crazy. Okay. So we just wake up feeling drained, like
You
our
wake
life
up
has been like
feeling
siphoned or something?
exhausted. The dome is gone. Whatever happened during the night, whatever creature may have come past, seemed to have dispelled the dome. But all of you remained within a sleeping stupor that you weren't woken by any means. But you all feel drained and haggard and tired.
Okay.
As all of you begin
So
to just
one
breathe
level-
heavily.
One level of exhaustion
Back at 2.
and half our HP.
Everybody loses half their max and their current HP till the end of the day. Or until they finish their next long rest.
Okay, that's really bad.
Yeah.
Man, alright.
Okay.
What the hell happened? Where's the dome gone?
I don't know. It should still be here.
Who was watching?
Does it look like the webbing near the hole has been disturbed since we went to sleep?
Make me a perception check. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll treat this as a survival check, because this is more checking for if it's been disturbed like tracks would be.
Big gently. That's a 29.
No.
Oh.
The
It hasn't been
webs
disturbed.
the webs haven't been disturbed from what you can tell, which means that either a creature that is naturally able to walk over or through them or anything like that came past and as a result didn't disturb them, or alternatively there's another entrance for whatever has caused this effect. Notably, Vinny, Carvern's condition has worsened.
Oh no.
She is alive, but she is back on
He's been
two.
off.
But she is back on 2 failed death saves, and she has lost half of her health that she had stored.
I mean,
So instead of getting just a point of exhaustion to
Immediately.
kill her, it went up to 2 points of 2 failed death saves. She also looks thinner than she did the day before, visibly so. She's looser within the blankets.
do any of us look
healing.
gaunt or anything? And like any gaunt, like do any of us look particularly gaunt?
All of you do to a certain degree. You look almost slightly malnourished this day.
From that, could we potentially derive that this could be some like life force draining stuff, like something undead?
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Yeah, Mortar's mind is just racing right now.
I think we shouldn't waste too much time before healing Carvern.
Yeah, I agree. That's a 10.
10? Could be a number of things. Could be a creature or some other force or presence that may have drained life from you all. It's possible that it was simply the passage of time and you were just asleep for over a day. Who knows?
Nah, that's not right. Mortar's going to kind of shake his head and I guess, does anybody have any like good healing or anything? I don't feel particularly like I could cast at my best, but I can do a little bit.
I'm
I
going
can
to
help.
attempt. Right, I'm going to attempt a 3rd level healing word on Carvern. See
Okay.
if this does anything.
Go for it.
Well, hold on. Wait. Just before you do that, could I cast Protection from Evil and Good on her in case there's something that's going to stop this healing from working?
I'll allow that. You cast protection from evil and good.
Okay.
The nature of the magic begins to also almost flow over, almost like a weave or mesh that begins to form over her flayed skin. And in that moment, you have the spell finalize, and Vinny, you cast 3rd level healing word, and go ahead and roll me the healing. Okay. She seems
12.
she is healed for 12 hit points.
Okay.
I can drop 2 3rd level cure wounds into her, but then I'll be tapped for spells. But I will have all of my other resources because I haven't used any of them from yesterday.
And you spare 1, and then I think we should get moving.
Got it. Yeah, no worries. I will do a 3rd level cure wounds, taking me down to 8 spell points.
Go for it.
Okay. So that's 3d8 plus 4. Hey, not
21.
bad. 17 plus 4 is 21.
Okay, that will cap her back at max max at the moment because it's obviously halved.
Oh, okay, well, no sense in us staying here. We've had our quote rest. We should go.
Chris,
Mm-hmm.
you know how like I can change my spells around each day?
Yep.
But now that we've failed a long rest, can I still change my spells around?
Nope.
Oh no! I wanted to take Spider Form.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
that's
we've got a
long
climb
day.
ahead of us.
We
Got a
have to
climb
just
ahead
make
of us,
the
I've
best of
gotta-
this.
Yeah.
Can Terador still
I-
carry Carvern?
He would have been underground, so did he get affected?
You go to reach out to Terador. Terador is still attempting to recharge. Terador is out for the day.
So
Okay.
So does that-
Pterodon
so does that mean-
is in his crystal.
does that mean Terador? Oh, so Terador's in his crystal, he's
Correct.
not stuck in the ground.
No, correct.
yeah.
He's he's buried underground when he tries to rest, but he hasn't succeeded in getting a long rest, so as a result he's gone back into the crystal to recharge.
Yeah.
That, or
Okay.
you can expend a 4th level spell slot in order to bring him back out. But keep in mind, he will have half of his current health and his maximum health missing today.
I mean, my leg's all kind of busted.
Don't
we've
worry,
got
I can
time to
carry you.
attend.
But I can only carry one person. I can strap you
If
to
we
my
don't
back.
have Terador, I need you to carry Carvern.
Yeah,
That's
you can
Unless you
carry
can bring out
Carvern.
Terador.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
bring
but-
out Pterodor. Yeah, I'm gonna.
I can
Yeah.
cast Levitate on myself, so I'll be able to get up there without an issue. So yeah, if we prioritize getting Carvern up there.
The problem's the travelling for the rest of the day. We'll be travelling a lot slower if you're just hopping around, and you'll probably exhaust yourself a lot more. We're all going to find this probably difficult getting up this ledge, given the state we're in.
I would say you could get on my back, but I cannot climb this, and I don't have any spells to help me. So, wonderful.
Let's begin
I mean,
with
I
getting
could cast
Terador
Levitate
out.
on.
Yeah, Pterodor's out. I've cast in
Okay, go ahead and roll me wild magic, because you had to pump a
2
spell slot
times
into this.
because Pterodor and
Titan armor.
Titan armor.
So a 4 and a 5, you're fine.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get goes, I'm really sorry, I know you're tired, but we need your help.
He sluggishly pulls himself up, and you watch as he kind of moves underneath Carver and lifts her onto his back. And Romulus is going to carry you, Mortar.
Okay, Mortar will kind of climb onto Romulus's back then, and he will kind of anchor himself onto Romulus, so Romulus has both of his hands and legs free. So my goal is to basically be grappling Romulus, in opposed to him carrying.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. With that, you begin the ascent. If there's any spells or anything you wish to cast or use before you attempt the athletics checks for going up here, yeah. Romulus is going to pop a Giant's Might to give himself advantage and get Mortar up onto the ledge before proceeding.
Would me casting Levitate on somebody help with the potential athletics check? Would that work?
It would work for someone. It would basically be a free pass if anybody wants it. The only issue will be that Cat can't be affected by it at the moment.
Yeah, I'm rolling with disadvantage on a -1. But Levitate won't work on Cat. Because she's too heavy.
So she's too... Right, I see. So she's too heavy.
Okay,
So
this is the really steep ledge, right? Before
this is the one...
the normal climb.
Actually, no, you know what?
We've got to get over this.
I'm going to have Romulus do this. He's going to put Mortar up there, who he can do for free, and he's then going to begin to lift everybody up and over the ledge as much as he can before attempting to do Cat, who he has to roll for.
Does anybody have...
As I get up, I'm going to give him a Bardic Inspiration.
Yep, sounds good.
Oh, nice. But does anybody have Enhance Ability?
It's a D8, right?
It's a D8, yeah.
Okay.
Enhance Ability wouldn't work.
No, because he has advantage from Giant's Might, but disadvantage from Exhaustion.
Oh, I see. I'm with you.
So that is a dirty 20. So he is able to, in this form, despite the exhaustion, lift Cat up and on and over the ledge as Terrador kind of glides up the edge. He stabilizes Carvern, and just before it fades, he's going to try and make his own athletics check for getting himself up. Yeah, with a 28, he climbs just as his Giant's Might ends. He pulls himself up, and as the Giant's Might ends, he hoists his slightly smaller form over the ledge. And you are on your path forward.
How am I getting up there?
Romulus lifted you up.
Romulus
Same with Vinny.
Oh,
he's basically holding out a hand. We are holding onto his hand as he kind of helps us.
Yep. Okay. Cool. I don't need that map.
And in case it's relevant...
In all fairness, it was a cool map, Chris.
It took 5 minutes. It's fine.
It was a cool map.
In case it's relevant in the future, I can do aid, which should add maximum health to us
people?
as well.
Yeah. So that would be a good way to boost people's maximum health. So if anyone's on a particularly low amount of health at the moment, now would be a good time to do it.
That duration is 8 hours as well.
So effectively a day.
That's not a bad shout, actually.
It can't hurt. It can't hurt at all. Especially since we're on the last stretch, we are probably going to run into something pretty bad.
Okay. Sorry, this has been my first time doing the spell. Wow.
Has Romulus done his usual food and everything, or has he not?
No, because he didn't wake up. He wasn't able to. So everybody needs to mark off one ration in their inventory. And if I remember correctly, you were marking off 2 because you were also feeding Carver. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Time to find out where Romulus is keeping his rations. There they are.
Okay, after this, I'll have 12 rations left. So, is everybody else doing okay on rations?
I got 9 because Romulus has been feeding Cat.
Okay, cool. No worries. Vinny?
Sorry.
Yeah, I've got 9 left as well.
Okay, great.
I believe I can only give 3 people aid.
Yep. If you're casting it once, it's 3 people get 5 max and current health.
Okay. maybe to our front runners, so yourself, Romulus, and Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sound good,
You
guys?
should definitely target. You should definitely target yourself and Romulus, and I'm happy to take the third
agree.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Vinny makes the most sense out of
Definitely.
everybody else. So
How is everyone's
go for
health?
Well, Romulus is at
No,
60
it's
with
not.
aid.
Okay. Oh, we're not the worst then.
Yeah. Do you upcast with aid? I can't remember what your.
Yes, I
And
will.
is that affected by it?
So I'll do it
Okay.
third level.
Oh, nice. Oh shit! So that's what 15.
With your
I'm
multi-class,
trying to
I don't
remember how
believe
you-
you have access to third level yet. Oh no, you do, because you were. That's
Yeah.
right.
She's
Yeah.
Warlock.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that would be 10 max and current health. That would give to 3 people.
Oh, that's right. So it's the second level then.
So is that an automatic plus 10 max?
Yep, plus 10 max and plus 10 current.
Nice. That's huge.
Okay.
Alrighty,
No rolling or anything.
it just happens.
Oh yeah.
Do.
It's an action as well. It's great. You can use it in combat.
Mhm.
So
How is Romulus carrying me going to affect his performance, or me grappling Romulus? You know, the whole.
he counts as
Because
a
he's
large
exhausted.
creature when carrying. So as it stands, he will be attempting to carry you, and without it hindering his movement. He is exhausted, so he will be needing to make athletics checks throughout the day. But
Right.
yeah, I believe I'm going to double check. Does he have advantage because he's one size larger? No, I think it's just he doesn't suffer a penalty because he counts as one size larger because of heavy build. So he would just be making regular athletics checks throughout the day.
Cool. All right then.
So, with that, who is leading the charge with the survival? And who would like to roll the
Me,
2d10s today?
I would love to lead the survival because I think goal is get there as quickly as we can. I think I have the best chance of getting us there quicker. It will
Okay.
be with disadvantage, obviously, but I mean, it's a plus 12, so
Yeah?
Mm.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And who wants to...
that's how we go with everybody.
And who wants to roll the 2d10 today?
Nah, I've got 2 points of exhaustion. I don't want to.
I'll do it.
Alrighty.
Too tired to roll.
Oh, fuck off.
Another natural one. 3 nat 1s so
That's
far.
another nat one. Oh, fuck
Word.
off.
10.
Today's not Mortar's day.
Mm. Despite the weather
Alright,
being
yeah,
clear,
that one.
the exhaustion is getting to you quite significantly. And with Romulus carrying you and being this high up, your breathing is beginning to get a bit more shallow. You're finding it difficult. There are several times throughout the day when you have to sit and rest, and you're finding it very difficult to go pretty much anywhere. You don't necessarily waste a day by any means, but you didn't necessarily go in the direction you would have wanted to go. You are still going to be
Didn't make a
2
mess of
days
it.
away from the finished climb towards Glasson, but you feel exhausted, you feel tired, and the atmosphere here is not helping. I would like everybody to make me an athletics check, please. This will be a disadvantage because of exhaustion.
So, Romulus is carrying me, so do I still need to make that?
Yes, this is just, I'll say you make it with advantage, so it would be a flat
Okay.
roll, because Romulus is carrying you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, so who got below? Just double checking my travel notes. Who got below a 12?
5.
Mortar,
10.
Wow.
9.
Cat, what did you get? 2. All of you gain an additional point of exhaustion from the wasted day.
I'm on,
No!
I'm on 3 points of exhaustion now.
Yep.
What does this mean?
What the hell?
Disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. As you spend the day travelling,
That's nuts.
it is otherwise trudging through heavy snow, The mountaintops here are very sleek with ice, and you have to be very careful with your steps. And with the air being thinner, travel is very slow, and you're beginning to feel a little bit dizzy and difficult, and you need rest. As all of you proceed to go into the rest period for the night. Romulus did succeed, so he is fine. Even with disadvantage, he thankfully got a 15, so he passed.
Nice. I'm gonna be right back. Sorry.
None of us can keep watch tonight.
Nope, none of you can keep watch. So in which case, I'm going to ask, how are you going to hide?
I mean...
Right now, you have no good spot. You're out in the open. You are on not necessarily a sheer cliff by any means, but the dome isn't going to be able to fully get the same amount of space as it normally would.
I tried to find like a place which is the most suitable that we could. Basically, the lesser of like multiple evils in this situation. Could I use survival to try and figure out a place which would be the best
Go for it.
in this really shitty situation? So disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Second level exhaustion. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a 25.
25. Despite wandering in not necessarily a full circle by any means, but wandering in a direction that wasn't ideal for your heading, you otherwise arrive at what looks to be almost this little bit of a shelf of some form. It's not as big as the plateau you were previously on the day before. It's very much a tiny shelf, which, if there were to be a dangerous spell cast in the area, like Fireball or Shatter, it's quite possible that this shelf could collapse and you'd be a part of an avalanche or landslide. But outside of that, you look around, the rest of it is relatively steep cliff, maybe a 25 or 30 degree angle, and a lot of it round here is very windswept. It's not a good place to set up for the dome, but this seems to be your only good option.
Found a place, but it's not great. It's about as good as we can do, though, I think.
We don't have.
This cat just plops to the floor. I'm done. It's too much. That's it.
Yeah, Mortar's just going to go over and just kind of give her a hug, partially because he is freezing and also exhausted, but also just to try and like reassure her that, you know, we're going to be all right. It's nearly over.
Romulus begins to set up, kind of clear.
Yeah, I'll try and help him.
Yeah, clears a little bit of
best
the
I
area. You begin to cast the tiny hut. Eventually,
is there? So the way we came? Obviously, we're still climbing up the mountain, right? So I'm just trying to visualize. We're still climbing up the mountain. The way we came was it like a narrow footway?
No.
Like a narrow Okay.
No,
so
it was like
it
was a broad kind of side to the mountain, but it's not necessarily a extreme incline, but it's enough of an incline that you have to do a bit of switchbacking.
All right. Okay, so are there any trees or anything?
No. Windswept up here.
Oh, fuck.
Very few trees.
Okay. Because a part of me wants to try to set up some kind of alarm. In case something's following us. But I don't really know a good way to do that.
Unfortunately, with the wind as well, most alarms will actively go off most of the time, which could alert creatures to your presence.
Yeah. Alright, okay, that's not really a good idea then. Well, actually, I have an idea. So, whatever happened last night, the dome was dispelled. So, in theory, if I set up an alarm inside the dome, and the dome is dispelled again, the alarm would start to go off.
Yeah. Do you have the spell alarm, or...?
I do not, but I would like to try to do like a makeshift one with like some like thin bits of rope or something, and like, I don't know, tie it from, just tie it onto like, just have it where it's slightly kind of off the ground, somehow. Like maybe I get like 2 sticks or something, and I just kind of jam them into the snow, and I tie a piece of string across it, and I put my stalker blades. I like hang my stalker blades off of them, but close enough that if the wind goes, they're going to like clang against each other.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine.
So yeah, Mortar kind of does that, and he's going to try to help set up camp.
Okay. You set up camp as best you can. The dome goes up, the projected dome, otherwise providing a warm interior for many of your shivering forms, as most of you have to collapse. No watch is being taken this night. Except by the familiars, of course, if they would like to, because they don't suffer from points of exhaustion.
Get Eugenia and Filch out there.
Okay. Go ahead.
Jeff is gonna exist.
Okay.
Is his flat roll disadvantage? What
It
are we
would
doing
be
here?
disadvantaged because it's dark, but you'd have advantage still, so it'd be a flat roll.
Cool. You know what?
Nice.
18
And
is
then-
still pretty good for Jeff.
That's
If you-
really
And
good.
if you want to roll for Filch and Eugene, you may go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Got a chocolate mousse.
Moose.
What? You're not sharing?
Nope. I don't. Do they get any pluses?
I believe as they have the crow stat block. As a
Right.
crow, they have a +3.
Oh.
They, however, do not have dark vision, so we will just take the first one for this roll. Oh no, because they don't have advantage, so it would be the 8. So that would be an 11 on the first roll. Second one. And 9 on the second. Okay.
Oh, Jeff, we're relying on you.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, Jeff.
As you begin to get what sleep you can. As Jeff got an 18, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. While you're all resting, you sleep as best you can through the night. The wind buffeting the outside, the snow otherwise laden against the edges of your dome. As Cat, you are awoken by Jeff.
What?
As you kind of grumble like that, you hear the sound of footsteps nearby, crunching through the snow, followed by almost this heavy breathing and sniffing.
Okay, I get up in a fluster, trip over Terrador, who's beneath me, just as a bit of him sticking up, land on Romulus.
Romulus wakes up. Oh, Cat.
We're not alone. I want
He-
to sleep.
He gets up. He's going to make a perception check with disadvantage because he's exhausted. Oh wow, a 19 and a natural 20. Let's go, Romulus.
Oh.
That is a
Let's go.
24. As Romulus kind of takes a
That's
look
pretty
out
good.
of the dome as best he can to try and see what he can see, as he can see what look to be 4 silhouettes currently coming towards the dome. They are large, otherwise hunched forms by the most part, very similar to that of dire wolves, as they are currently prowling towards the dome, seemingly following your tracks from the day before. As one of them gets close to the dome, you hear almost this bone and metal scraping sound before a claw scratches against the dome, the sound of metal screeching on the outside. All of you are awake in this moment as you hear almost this crack sound from just beyond, and in that moment the dome drops. I would like everyone to roll for initiative, please. Cat and Romulus, you actually everybody has disadvantage on their initiative because it is an ability check.
Yeah. Alright.
13
Oh,
Alright,
the
see.
hits keep coming, people.
plus.
So
The hits keep coming.
you are here. Place yourselves within the dome as you would see fit. There is no map for this because Well,
Can't we just pretend we're on that plateau?
Where's Mortar?
we
there's
could,
Mortar.
but then I'd get confused. So,
Sorry, I'm trying to put myself. Okay. I can't even. Mortar, stay down! You freak!
Romulus would probably be there as Cat just landed on him.
yep. So, disadvantage on Romulus' initiative here. Okay, that's much worse. So,
BRD.
so okay.
Oh no, the music's getting to me.
Yeah. Oh, good lord. Do I have...
Okay, so Romulus got 8. Let me roll for these groups real quick.
I may have committed an error.
Why?
Oh no, why?
I've got no combat spells.
You know what else? Because you started a long rest, you currently do not have Titan armor up, and
I don't
aid
know.
has ended.
You cannot be serious right now.
Yeah, a full day has passed since those
Oh.
spells were cast at the beginning of the day, because this is the middle of the night. This is second watch.
I mean, thank goodness Romulus rolled well. Thank good, because we would have been fucked.
Oh yeah.
Well, you might still
We
be.
would have absolutely been fucked. Oh no, we are, but we might have been slightly more fucked.
Okay, and
Well.
are you here, Vinny?
Oh god.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm having some difficulties. Just give me a moment.
That's the mic we know and love.
Yep.
yeah, there we go. The mic is back, people. It was nice
Okay.
while it lasted.
So my only combat spell I've got is Homing Blade.
Do you not
Yeah,
I
have
don't
your...
even have my... No, because I've changed it out. I attuned to the book.
Oh,
I was gonna send Ascending this morning. So I
Mortar
have
is not using,
Homing Blade and
What's-
that is it.
and Mortar's not using his gun. He's only using his knives.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting fight.
Maybe
Well.
we can talk our way out of it.
Vinny, when you're ready, you put Carvern where you would like to in the bubble. And
I
where's
I
Terrador?
don't have Terrador.
Terrador
Okay.
is
Where is-
underneath, so I will put him there, as close to adjacent as he can be to you. As you kind of wake this up, Romulus beginning to wake the rest of you up, the sound of the screech of metal. No one is surprised, but obviously everyone's
Oh,
exhausted.
thank God.
So, 25 to 20.
27.
How did you get that with
Ooh.
disadvantage?
Come on!
How?
Yeah,
That's
without
amazing.
disadvantage, that would have been a 30.
That's nuts, dude. Vinny, our hero.
Yeah, Vinny is ready to go. 20 to
Vinny is the
15.
hero.
I was 16.
16. 15 to 10.
14.
And Mortar?
A 6.
6. Did you roll on that
I
one?
rolled a 2.
Oh,
I rolled a
2.
2. Dude, I'm rolling like ass today, except for survival. That one survival roll was my one good roll for the day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I've got to be right back. 1 second.
Yep, that's alright. I'll say this will probably be our... We can use this as our break, actually. So if people want to go and grab snacks and stuff before we begin, and then I will begin to describe what exactly will be taking place.
Ah,
Yeah.
fucking 3 levels of exhaustion are you?
That's nuts, dude. That's nuts.
That's what
Alright,
happens.
whose backstory do we have to blame for this?
I've got
No
3
one's.
levels of
Who's
exhaustion.
back-
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
just a
brilliant,
series of bad
exhaustion.
rolls. 3 nat 1s later, and this is what happens.
I've been
Oh.
wanting to change my spells now for essentially 3 days.
Oh.
Yep.
Also, we'll go back to his favorite, place of existence very shortly, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
this'll
Don't
be fun.
die. I don't have a 3rd level spell to get you back up.
Dude, like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, Mortar's health isn't the greatest, let alone when it's halved.
Hey, my health
Like-
at the moment is 41, right? And my
Okay,
AC is
I'm
13.
Okay, I am just above you in the health department. Like, just above you.
Oh, my AC
Yeah,
is
44
13.
is like. I have an AC of 18, so I've got that going for me.
Oh,
I'll put you
God,
all
I'm gonna
into the order that I've
die.
got to play with here.
I mean, I've got Dimension Door, so I could just yeet myself to wherever I need to yeet myself to. That's a
Here's the thing.
Vinny,
I don't know if I
Cat.
can even use my pack favors or anything because I don't have my weapon. Or I'm choosing not to use my weapon. I don't even know if I can use my pack favors.
You'll find out, won't you?
I can't teleport because I don't have the gun. Now it's
If it helps, that I can give you Shield of Faith.
Would
But
Kirv
that-
have recovered from a short rest? from the
Don't
time?
worry. What does Shield of Faith do?
Short rest.
Um,
Short rest is something you would have been able to take. Yes. So, if
So
you
I get my Warlock.
so you would have gotten your
spell
Warlock
back.
spell slots
Cool.
back, yeah. And Mortar, you
Yeah,
would have
that's
gained
something.
your spell points back as well from short rest as well.
Oh yes,
And-
that's right.
Shield of Faith, that would give you a +2 bonus to your AC.
We'll have to wait till
Okay,
it's
well,
your
I'm
turn.
rating on it.
I'm gonna make myself tanky as fuck.
I gained 10.
Does that mean you do need that or you don't?
I don't. In fairness, I can cast
actually
Titan
makes-
Armor as an
Okay.
action.
Cool, because it means I
And-
could concentrate on something else then. If
Yes,
that's...
yeah, no, 100%. Like, I'm gonna Titan Armor myself as an action, and then the following round as a bonus action, I'm gonna Sentinel Ward myself. So I'll give myself, like, 22 AC.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Should just go turtle up and hope for the best, because I can't attack.
Oh, and just so everyone is aware, this was the imminent event.
Right.
So, because
Ain't
of
that
the
good?
because of the rolls, it's been adding up, and so you've hit your first imminent event.
Okay. I'm assuming it's not the wolves that have dispelled the dome, right?
No.
Cool, so there's a leader somewhere.
We'll
I'm-
get to that in a moment. We'll wait till everyone's back.
I'm probably going to end up. I
Yeah?
think I'm probably going to end up summoning a shadow spawn. Yeah, at least then we have another body.
Actually, it's a good point. I have got a combat spell. I have Troladex.
That's one hell of a combat spell.
This is true. Right, well, I'm going to quickly be right back, because I'm going to go and grab myself a drink, and when I get back, I will throw you in at the deep end.
3 points of exhaustion. Fuck me.
On a scale of 1 to 10, my
What's
friend.
the maximum
you're
points of exhaustion before you die?
That's 5, but then 6 is your dead.
Cool, I'm halfway there.
We're halfway
Living on a prayer.
I am literally living on a prayer at the moment, and we've still got another 2 days of this.
I believe in us. I've been juiced up. We're gonna get him.
Trolling everything.
I was gonna say. This will be one hell of a showing for you, Rebecca. You're able just to pull out the stops with Kirv.
I will do my best. Wolves aren't immune to fear, are they?
Typically not.
Good, because I'm so sick of
Typically.
fucking skeletons.
I don't know if Chris's direwolves combo personalized nah fuck you, or the leader, which clearly is able to just pop a bubble, might have
Yes.
something.
Well, we'll see. Otherwise, I have other options.
I'm gonna turtle up and cry. What spells have I got? So I have Elemental Bond, so I can give Cat temporary hit points with Terrador, but my AC drops. I've got Treladex.
Do we know which side they're going to be coming to?
Not yet.
Okay,
Chris hasn't.
because we want to protect Carver.
Yeah.
She is healed as hard as she can go, so she can take a hit.
Yeah, but She's on Terrador. Well, no, she's not. Not at the moment.
I mean, Mortar's going to be staying back. I'm just going to be throwing stuff. So I will use the Shadow Spawn and Mortar to basically block Carvern. So if any of them do get through you guys, which is unlikely, if any of them do get through, they'll have to deal with us before they can get to her.
And not to be mean, because I know she's had her scales picked, but I just keep thinking of her as like this plucked chicken.
Honestly,
yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Exactly
Also,
the same. Yeah.
Oh, bless her.
100% appropriate. Give us the hot tub episode.
No.
Honestly, at this point, just give us a bed episode. Just a fucking bed episode, right? Just.
Have we got a Vinny back yet? I'll assume
Stealth
that's
speak with animals is going to work on these wolves because of the leader. Sincerely doubt that.
Do you think the leader is like Death from Puss in Boots 2?
Oh, don't say that. That just makes them cool.
It's Maury from my Wednesday campaign. What?
Right, sorry about that.
That's all right.
I'm back.
Gave me a chance to take a bite out of the cookie monster, or the donut monster in this case.
You've got a donut.
Yep. Halloween donuts.
Do not disturb.
Okay.
That was bad.
Yeah, the traditional Halloween donut.
Yeah. So, where would you like to put Carvern in your bubble with the remaining spaces?
She's in here already, isn't she?
Yeah, that's what I mean. She's inside the bubble, so where would you like to put her for the purposes of, if I'm going to be attacking people, I need to know where she is.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I was going to say, yeah, put her next to Mortar, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to summon a Shadow Spawn to also protect her. So Mortar and the Shadow Spawn are going to focus on protecting Carvern.
Okay.
So we're going to stay back, basically.
Okay.
Alrighty, so Vinny, at the top of the round, as the bubble around you goes down, the snow otherwise falling at the edges, kind of clattering a little bit into in this ring of a heap of snow, you otherwise get a better look at these wolven creatures in the night. You look up and you can see what looks to be kind of patches of fur and skin that otherwise hang limply off of a bony skeletal form of what look like to be undead wolves of some form. But you note that there is a distinct difference.
Sorry, Rebecca.
But there is a distinct difference.
So sick of the undead.
But there is a distinct difference between what you previously fought when you were defending or when you were fighting at the tower to these ones. Notably, you see veins of bright silver running through their bones.
Oh. Like the lake, it's like the little fucking patch thing.
Gosh. Well, there's
So
my plan.
Was it the wolves that dispelled the dome?
No. There is a figure out there somewhere.
Okay, we could do this. We could do this.
And I will add these to the initiative. And for the time being, I will keep these tiles hidden.
Oh, wonderful. There's two.
Yeah.
So,
Alrighty, let's
Vinny,
do this.
at the top of the initiative order, as the dome goes down, you see that these kind of massive silver-infused wolves of some form otherwise bear down at you what look to be these hardened layers of liquid metal and a massive steel jaw that has replaced their main mouth and maw as they look at you with these menacing dark red eyes in the darkness of this situation. You are currently up.
Okay. We're on this quite fragile
Plateau.
or precarious ledge plateau, right?
Correct.
Okay. Right. I did check this. I'm just going to double check again quickly because I want to make sure.
Is it Thunderwave?
Yeah.
Thunderwave could be a bit too much collateral damage. I believe we established that this is a pretty fragile.
If Thunderwave is to hit it, it will begin to slide. As it stands, you don't necessarily... It will be one of those things where I'll have to have you roll just a d20 to see if you hit the edge enough of it to cause a collapse.
Yeah, I don't really want to risk that. So instead, I'm going to take a step forward. And I'm going to take a strike at this wolf with my short sword.
Alright. Give me an attack roll.
Yes, it's the only creature within... the only hostile within 5 feet of me, so...
You may use your sneak attack.
Yes, sneak attack applies. Right. I only have 2 points of exhaustion, so I do not have disadvantage.
Nope. Which Cat, notably, is on 3 points of exhaustion. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws currently.
Yeah. Wonderful.
So disadvantage on everything. Total to hit, I believe that should be enough.
Yeah, +9, so 24.
Yeah, 24 will definitely hit.
Okay.
And
That hits, so I'm going to mobile flourish.
Okay, go for it.
Very nice.
Ah, done. But that's 18 plus.
18 plus 4 piercing and 2 cold. Sorry, 18 plus 5 piercing now.
Nice. So 23 plus 2 cold.
23 piercing, 2 cold.
Wow.
Okay. Takes
And
the...
it's pushed, unfortunately, only 6 feet.
Okay, so it takes the 23 piercing, but you note that it only takes 1 point of cold damage, as these creatures seem to be resistant to cold damage. And notably, the effect of that bypassing from the blade, working better on undead, you get a sense there's something fighting back against that. You're not sure what.
I think. Does that mean that the fucking what's he called? The Herald was on our asses as well. Wasn't that like a aura effect thing he had?
No, that was just for him.
Oh, alright.
That was his. No, you're correct in the assumption that was his lair that allowed them to get back up and be unaffected by it.
Gotcha. Okay.
This seems to be something else. Is that the end of your go? You seem to have done a heavy amount of damage to it on this first strike. The short sword punching through a number of bones, in this instance weakening its structure as it kind of staggers to one side but then pulls itself upright. You note that as the bones have split, you can see the marrow inside has been changed into this silver liquid.
Okay. Well, it's been pushed back 6 feet. 5 plus 1.
Yep.
So I'm using 5 feet of movement to move up. And I'm going to attack with my bonus action.
Yeah, babe.
Go for it.
Can't put anything special on this, so it'll just be what it is.
Okay.
Oh.
As you push it backwards.
I assume an 11 misses.
Yeah, as you push it backwards with the strike, the forcefulness causing it to back up, you go to swing with the scimitar as you otherwise hear this almost strange piercing click sound, and you watch the wolf just darts to one side as if being told what to do.
Okay. With the follow-through of that, I'm going to pirouette and dart back.
Okay. As that happens, you see from just beyond where the wolves are what looks to be a skeletal figure, a large, otherwise bow in one hand, and you can see what looks to be this silver-tipped whip in the other, as they otherwise stand in the snow not far and you hear otherwise this whistling sound coming from them, as you can see that a number of their bones have these holes in them. Okay. So, beginning of the Houndmaster's turn. The Houndmaster is going to spend their bonus action to issue a command to all of their hounds. Following that, they are going to make 2 attacks with their Whistler bow. So, first attack. That's cocked. That is a 22 versus you, Vinny.
That hits.
Okay. You take 6 points of piercing damage. You cannot become invisible, and your movement speed is halved until you are healed.
Okay.
As they fire this almost dangerous arrow made from what looks to be a shaft of bone with several holes through and barbed on one end, as it strikes into you, it digs in into your leg, and you're kind of holding it, and you realise that you're otherwise going to be trailing blood, whatever the situation is, but you are unable to hide or run in this scenario. They're then going to make a second attack. This one is going to be a cat. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, no, that hits.
Cat.
Even if you lost 10, I'll still get hit.
Yeah. So that is 8 points of piercing damage, and the same is applied to you. You cannot become invisible, and your movement speed is halved again. So right now, you should have 5 feet of movement. Until you are healed. So if you can heal yourself, or Vinny, you will aid yourself in that regard. Okay, that's the 2 attacks with the Whistler bow from the Houndmaster. It is now Hound 3's go. Hound 3, in this moment, with the issued command, the Hound is going to round this way, and is going to target you, Kirv. The Hound has pack tactics, and it's going to make 1 attack with its steel jaw and 2 attacks with its severing claws. So, starting with steel jaw, that is a 16 to hit. I believe that misses.
That misses.
Okay. As it otherwise pounces towards you, you lift your scythe up in defense as the large steel jaw grabs onto the scythe itself, but is unable to grab a hold of you. And so it will then make its 2 attacks with its severing claws after that. So the first of those is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And the second of which is higher than that, a 24.
What's the damage?
So, first attack deals 11 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
The second one deals 9 points of slashing damage. So 20 total.
Right.
As it jumps
Can I-
towards you. Ooh, go for it.
I was going to say, as a reaction, can I
Mhm.
put up shield?
Yeah, you'd be able to do that on the first attack to negate the first one. But a 24 would still hit you for the second one, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a total of 9 damage?
So a total of 9 damage instead, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's fine.
That's a temporary plus 5 AC.
Okay, so you should be on 24, I believe? Or are you on
22.
22? Yeah, sorry. Okay, that's the end of Hound 3's go. Cat, it is your go. You are currently not able to go anywhere, really, and these wolves seem to be preparing to bear down and are harrying your party, while you can just about see off in the distance, with the wind bustling past, a figure that seems to be seemingly targeting specific members of your party.
Tired for this. Okay. I'm gonna open my book, and I am 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. I'm going to tripling split cast Sentinel Ward on Vinny, Mortar, and Pterodor.
Okay.
All of you have got +3 to your AC.
Okay. Vinny, Mortar, and Pterodor. Okay. Are you here, Dan? Okay. Dan's still away, so just remember to...
Dan's back.
Oh, you're back? Wonderful.
Yep, just come back.
Perfect. You have just been given a Sentinel Ward from Cat. So that's a +3 to your AC.
Okay, what's that?
And if you get hit by an attack, you can choose to negate it.
Ooh,
But you'll
very
lose
good.
the +3
But
to your
you'll lose the
AC.
+3 to your AC.
I've given you a lot of buff to your AC. Cat is still on 13 AC because she's trying to keep you all safe. I need to wait for my next
Thank
action to cast
Is it,
my armor.
is it worth,
Roll
is
me
it
wild
worth
magic,
maybe
by the way.
having done that on Carvern instead?
Well, Pterodor's going to intercept any attacks going to Carvern given the opportunity, and you're trying to intercept this red dog.
Yeah.
It was,
Okay,
it
no
was
worries.
the best opportunity I could think at the time.
Cat, roll me
No,
wild
it's,
magic.
it's a great
please.
idea. I like it.
Oh, right, yes.
And how much did you spend on that? Because it was a triple split.
Triple split, so my runes, that will be 3 plus Sentinel Ward, which is a second. So that is a grand total of 6.
6.
spell
Okay, so that's the equivalent of a 4th level spell. And are you below half?
No.
Okay, you're fine. You didn't roll wild magic.
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay, so that's your bonus action. You have 5 feet of movement you can use if you want to move.
Cat doesn't. She doesn't want to move. She doesn't want to do anything. And as an action, she claps. I have nothing I can do. Actually, can
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you can
Hold
move
on, just a minute. Wait.
What?
Could I was going to say, if you have nothing else to do the bonus action, I'll reaction, let her use her bonus action as another action.
Okay, can
With
I
Adrenaline
use my
Surge?
Sentinel?
With Adrenaline Surge, yeah, if I can.
Okay. Can I cast another spell with that?
Yeah, because it counts as a second
Getting
action.
an additional
I'm
action,
casting
yeah.
Titan Armor on myself. Holy crap.
Before then, Mortar. Roll me a charisma save.
Yeah, I had a feeling this would happen. Charisma save. What's my charisma save? Okay, save's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
This won't be with disadvantage, so I'm only second
Nope.
level of exhaustion.
This is only 2 points of exhaustion, so it's just a regular roll.
No. Oh, there
Another
it
nat
is.
one.
There's the third one.
There's the
There's
third one.
the third one.
4th nat 1 this session, as you
Oh,
otherwise try to reach
we get
out
that
with your
dice?
reaction to give adrenaline surge to Cat. You otherwise feel this pain and this crackle in your hand as you pull it back towards your chest, and you feel almost this weight begin to form from your pack, as if the weapon wants you to use it. And trying to use its
just-
powers while not using it is sheer defiance.
Okay. Does the adrenaline surge go off or no?
No. So you don't spend the adrenaline surge, only the reaction.
Damn. Oh, that's rough. Sorry. Sorry.
No,
Jake.
no, you're good.
Does
Then
mean
I
now
am
you
gonna
can't
take-
negate the attack as a reaction if that does happen, though. So we'll have to see what
Oh.
happens.
True, Pterodor's there hopefully, and I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay. Use your action
It's
to
the
take the
only
dodge
action I can really take.
Okay. End of your go. It is Hound 2's go. Hound 2 has also been issued a command and is going to attack Kirv.
oh my god. Okay.
Okay. First attack with its steel jaw. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you take 18 points of piercing damage, and you are now grappled.
Oh.
As it
God,
leaps
okay.
towards you, the other one harrying you from one side, you raise your scythe to block it. The other one comes from behind it and grabs you on your back and shoulder blade with the otherwise the thick steel and silver maw of it, as it is going to make 2 severing claw attacks. Because you are grappled, this will do an additional 4 points of damage if it hits.
Mhm.
That first one is a 15 to hit, which will miss because you have shield up. And that
Yeah.
second one is a 12. That's even worse. Yeah, with
Mhm.
advantage, no less. They just rolled poorly. So, okay. It otherwise tries to claw at your back, but the vines are there, almost stopping it as it begins to rake through them. They begin to regrow in an instant as it is unable to actually grab and tear through towards you. That is the end of that one's go. I'm just going to say that it's going to move... No, I'll say it stays here, actually. That makes more sense. Okay. End of their go. Kirv, it is your go. Your shield has now ended.
Okay, so I'm thinking I see the guy over here.
Mm-hmm.
Do I?
Yeah.
And did you say he had a whip?
Correct.
I would like to attempt to speak to the wolf in front of me,
Okay.
and I would like to try and persuade them, saying, "Why are you following that man with the whip? The leader of a wolf pack should be a wolf."
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage because you are exhausted. This will take up your
Mhm.
bonus action.
Okay. There's a 15.
15. You otherwise hear the low growls from them as you say this to them, and they don't seem like they want to oblige.
Man, how hard is it to persuade a wolf?
One undead
Wow.
wolf.
With metal jaws.
With metal jaws and silver
red
running
eyes.
through its bones.
Does that mean they like getting whipped?
Oh, well,
I mean, I'm
mean-
just saying.
Why do you ask them?
yeah.
Because
Have
you
you got
pay.
whip?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the point more so is that these guys probably don't have complete autonomy.
Yeah.
They are summoned creatures to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
the
if
case, where's
I'm...
the caster?
Caster can be anywhere.
No, let's not worry about that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's one for
I
later.
So I'm grappled. Can
Mhm.
I make a melee attack still?
Yeah, you can make a melee attack.
Is it just with mega disadvantage?
No. No, grappled isn't restrained. So grappled is just your movement speed is 0.
Okay. I will then go for the green one, and I will attack twice with murder.
Okay. So put the 2 attacks.
Okay, I'll just deal with that at the moment. That's not good.
What's the
That's
total to
not
hit?
good. Plus 8. Plus
Okay.
9, sorry.
Plus 9. First attack misses, second attack hits. Just on a
Just
17. So, and do you wish to add anything like a Divine Smite or anything into this?
Well, that's a bonus, isn't it?
Nope. Divine Smite is something you can just add when you hit with an attack. Specific smites, on the other hand, like Searing Smite and stuff, are a bonus action.
Okay then, I will add divine. Shoot, what did you call it?
Divine
Right,
Smite.
Divine smite. I'll add divine smite.
Okay. What level are you
Nice.
spending for this?
Wait, doesn't divine smite do necrotic?
Radiant.
Then why does it say necrotic on my?
Because yours is necrotic
page.
because you're from hell.
Shit.
Ah.
So it's gonna
Oh,
do
that's
fuck all
awesome.
anyway.
Oh,
Oh, that's
What?
awful.
What?
That's
Hold on. What about
diabolical.
Eldritch Smite? Do you still have that?
Eldritch Smite, no, that was swapped out,
Uh,
unfortunately.
Oh, that is diabolical.
No. Then no, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do divine smite.
Okay. I get, yeah, because when we went through your character, I said, do you want to do radiant damage or necrotic damage? And you were like, necrotic makes sense. And I was like,
Yeah, I mean, yes. But I didn't think for like the 10th week in a row we'd be against undead.
At some point, we'll be against the living. Don't worry.
At some point, we'll fight a living
I
person. That's
honestly wouldn't bet on it.
Actually, yeah, you know what? You're right. When you're right, you're right.
All
Okay.
right,
If it
that's
makes you feel better, you
4
can
plus
hit
5
me.
slashing.
4 plus
Oh,
5 slashing.
Fuck's sake.
And that's versus which one? The green one or the red one?
The green one.
4 plus 5, so takes
And
9 points of damage.
yeah, I'm low, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is now Wolves 1 and 4's go.
Oh, good lord.
So,
Please don't hit me again.
nope. These ones have a different command. They're both going to attack Cat.
You know what? Go for it. Go for it.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because these people know who you are, and they know who the two are who let you all escape.
Damn it.
All
Of course
escape.
it is. Yeah, it was
What
you
dimension
two.
door did
You-
your
It was you
bird
two.
make
Dimension
doors?
Door and your bird are the ones that allowed them to escape, so guess who they're taking out first?
Oh, Pterodor's
So they're after.
intercepting.
Pterodor's intercepting. Oh, good to know. We'll see how much that
If
matters.
they hit.
So, pack tactics. First attack against you. Romulus is going to use his reaction to make an attack of opportunity with Centaur against Wolf number 1, because that is what
They
Romulus
also
would
have
have done.
different disadvantage, so flat roll.
So flat rolls. Okay, good to know. So, first attack.
Dodge action.
Steel Jaw. 21 to hit.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
Yep.
I can't even shield because my AC is too low.
They should really be going after Filch.
You take 13 points of piercing damage, Cat,
Oh, which one?
and you are grappled.
Which one hit me?
I'd be starting with number 1 here because I do them in order.
Okay.
And this is the one that Romulus is hitting as well.
13. Okay.
So he makes a regular attack against this. That should hit from Romulus. I'll just double check. He would be using Stagger because that is his usual go-to weapon. So that is definitely a hit on a dirty 20. So the damage would be that. Because of Stagger, he gets to reroll the dice to see if it's better. Cool. So that is 11 plus 7. So that is 18 points of damage to Hound number 1. Okay.
Cat's blooded is blooded.
Okay. 2 Severing Claw attacks against Cat.
Is this the same wolf?
Same wolf. 17.
Yes. Yes.
What does your shield take you to?
I'm gonna shield. Because that would take me to 18.
Right, roll me wild magic then, please.
Okay, no, at this point, I'll take what I can get.
Ooh, was almost a 1. That could have helped, but... Alright, second attack against you. No. As it goes ahead and it makes the attacks, Romulus interceding, whacking it with Stagger as it otherwise bites onto you, and as it otherwise tries to scratch against you, the arcane shield raised, Romulus is otherwise batting and harrying it, preventing it from being able to land some real hits. But now it's the Wolf's 4's turn. So Pterodor can intercept with these ones.
She has 2 intercepts.
Okay, first one for Steel Jaw. That is a 23 to hit.
Then Pterodor will intercept that.
Okay, so what does Pterodor do? He just takes the hit?
He takes a hit.
Does he have to roll for it or anything, or is it just...
No, he takes the hit. It just instantly goes to him. He can absorb damage given to me. It's a reaction.
So, he takes 15 points of piercing damage. Non-magical should it matter. And he is now grappled in place.
Okay.
And then the 2 Severing Claw attacks against you as Pterodor leaps in the way. The bite otherwise comes down on a section of Pterodor as you hear cracking and breaking. Yeah, and the wolf's going to make 2 Severing Claw attacks. It's been given orders. First one against you, 25 to hit. Second
That'll
one,
hit.
14 will miss.
Okay, well, Pterodor will take the last one that goes through because
He has the
have his
intercept.
second reaction, yeah.
Okay.
So, and piercing, non-magical, and slashing, he has resistance to.
Okay, so he would have taken half damage from that piercing attack.
He was on half health, wasn't he? Just like us.
Yeah.
Good.
He takes 13 points of slashing damage, halved to 6 from the Severing Claws.
Pterodor
Okay. He is doing well, but that is the wolves done. Romulus's go. Romulus, in this current situation, isn't going to be able to go into Giant's Might. Because he is too surrounded in this instance, of fear of potentially hurting allies. So, he is going to only go into a rage.
Yeah.
So, Romulus is going to go into a rage, and is going to proceed to make attacks against Wolf number 1. Okay, he is using Stagger. First attack, and he is going to Reckless this because it's Romulus. First attack hits. Does 9 plus 2, which is 11, plus 7, which is 18 points of damage. That wolf is looking critically wounded. Second attack against that one. Hits. 19 is a crit. It doesn't matter. It had 1 health.
Oh.
Nice.
So that one is dead,
Nice.
which means his next attack is a crit, but he gets to... So he is going... Well, not a crit, an auto hit. So he is going to Action Surge. Because that is what he would do. Oh, and let me know if anybody goes down, because he does have Cloud Rune, which I completely forgot about, I will be honest. Because I'm not used to it. And he's going to make an attack versus number 3. Cat, you are no longer grappled, by the way.
Okay, cool.
So, Reckless. Oh, nope, I don't need to roll. That is an auto hit. So, I don't need to roll for anything. So, that is re-rolling the 1. Okay. And then re-rolling it because Stagger. Okay, so that is 12 plus 7. So that is... Math, 19, and that was to number 3, I believe, the red one. Yeah?
Yep. That was the one you
What did I say it
started
was,
with.
19?
Yes.
Okay, so takes that attack, and then his next attack he has to roll for. It's from the Action Surge. That is a 16 and will miss. As he makes the 2 attacks. Number 1 is down and destroyed. I'll just delete it. And number 3 is badly injured. Along with number 4. 4 and 3 are both badly injured at this point. Number 2 is looking alright. Okay. Romulus is going to stay exactly where he is. And he hasn't got anything else he can do. So we will move to Mortar's turn. Mortar, at the bottom of the initiative,
Okay.
you have the Sentinel Ward on you, and you are otherwise... You have a wolf on one side of you. You can hear the sounds of Cat and Kirv being attacked, and you otherwise hear this whistling command coming from on the wind.
Can I try to figure out where that command is coming from?
You know that from where the arrow attacks were coming from, seemingly on the other side of Vinny and Cat there is a figure there. So you do not have a clear line of sight on them by any means, but you know they're roughly in this area.
Alright, okay. No, I said I would stay and protect Carver, and Carver is the priority. If I could. Okay. Mortar will start off by... Just read something here. Mortar has an idea.
Oh no.
Okay, awesome. Mortar kind of spots this figure in the distance, and there is a flash of purple as one of his eyes kind of becomes a lot brighter, almost like Cable from X-Men. Becomes a lot brighter, sparks with psionic energy, and I'm going to use Hunter's Sense on the archer.
Okay. So
like
you
sounds from
learn,
Undertale.
you learn what from
Yeah,
them?
very much so. So I learn damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities.
Okay. They are resistant to cold, fire, and necrotic damage. They are immune to poison damage, but they are sensitive to lightning damage.
As Mortar's kind of fending off this wolf next to him, he says, "Hit the one on the ridge with lightning." And is then going to, that's his action. passed for that. He's going to then use his. I want to save my. Can't offhand strike, can I? I'm going to Slayer's Prey the one in front of me, so I deal a additional 1d6 weapon damage to that target each turn. I'm going to do it for the red wolf in front of me.
Okay. Let me mark that real quick.
And then I will weapon frenzy so I can take the attack action.
Okay. Roll me a charisma saving throw.
No,
Alright. Alright, I'm going to use the other die this time.
get rid of it. Get rid of the bad dice.
I think I might have to. Okay, it's better. It's significantly better. That is 16.
16? What's your saving throw for your spells? 15?
15.
You manage to, in this moment, you manage to otherwise reach out for the power, and you feel almost this sigh of, not necessarily giving in, but I'll allow it. And in this moment, you otherwise take the attack action, so you get to make 2 attacks.
Mortar is going to attack with his Stalker Blades for the first time in forever.
Go for it.
Let's see. I've got to remember what he can do. So it's +8.
And remind me, the Hunter's Sense, or the Hunter's, or Slayer's Prey is a d6 every attack, I believe it is?
I don't think it's every attack. Let me just double check. I hope it is. That'd be amazing. Once each turn.
Okay.
So yeah, not quite, but still pretty good.
Okay. First attack.
That is 17. Yeah,
17.
to hit, +8.
17 just hits.
Okay. Second attack.
Natural
That's
20.
a natural 20.
All right.
I will put the d6 on the second one.
Okay. Does it let you choose?
So that's. It says once each attack.
Oh, I guess, yeah, so you get to choose which one. Yeah, no, that's fair.
So that is 2 plus. It should be +4. Yeah, 2 plus 4, 6.
So
points
6
of piercing
damage.
for the first.
And the second attack? Which is a
Second attack
crit.
will be.
Okay.
13 plus 4, 17.
17. As you otherwise take control in this moment, going into a frenzy to defend Carvern, you mark the otherwise undead silver-bound wolf, and you otherwise take 2 heavy strikes into it, both quick and agile. You stab up through the spine, severing the head from the rest of the body, and in that moment you pull apart with both of the daggers, and the form collapses to the ground, dead. Your Slayer's Prey is currently not on any targets.
Mortar is going to, I guess probably his thing would just be stay with Carvern, I suppose, and he'll remind the group, hit the one on the ridge with lightning. That's its weakness.
Okay. Vinny, it is your go. Back at the top of the initiative, you have the Sentinel Ward otherwise shielding you as Cat's otherwise being attacked and harried by these wolves, one taken down by Romulus and the other one injured by you earlier, seems to be more attached and connected with Terrador than Cat at this moment.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to move 5. Let's give me flanking with Terrador.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Right, and I'm. I'll do this. It looks bad, right?
Yeah, it's badly injured.
Okay. Sorry, I just need to check ranges on things.
And keep in mind you have 1 or 2 points of exhaustion.
2, so my speed is reduced.
Okay.
This is fine though.
No, that's fine. It just means that moving to that square there has used up, I think, almost all of your movement. Because you should be at half from 2 points of exhaustion, putting you to 15 feet base, I believe.
Mhm.
And then half again, rounded down, becomes 5 feet. So you have 1 square of movement to use, effectively.
Okay, not good. Right. Yeah, in that case, I'm going to use my action to attack this one.
Okay, go for it.
This is with my short sword again.
Okay, go for it. It's good.
Good damage. It's not a great attack roll, but it does have
Flanking, which is a bonus +4.
+9 is 13, +4. Yeah, it goes
17. Yeah,
okay, that hits.
yeah, that hits. So that will.
I don't think I need the damage, but I'm going to defensive flourish.
Okay. Oh, plus one to AC might matter.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts that at
So
more
nice.
than enough damage.
Yeah.
As you otherwise land the attack, the creature otherwise collapses to the ground. As you stand there kind of looking over it, you see that there's one wolf left and the Hound Master further afield, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. That was my action, and then attacking gave me an extra 10 feet of movement.
Which is halved, and then halved again, so it would still be 5 feet.
Okay, but if I can move 5 feet...
Yeah. The 1 extra square.
Yep. That puts me within optimal range to throw a dagger. Not much, but it's something.
Go for it.
At the Houndmaster. It is.
Yeah, and the weather is good out
Just
enough tonight that you don't have to worry about disadvantage at all.
Yep. And I don't get that from the range either, and this is just... Yeah, this is just the thrown weapon. It still benefits from all of my 2-weapon fighting stuff, so it gets all of that, but it is just a d4.
Yep. Well, that will hit, and it will do
Will
1
hit.
plus 5, so
Minimum
6 points of
damage.
damage.
6.
Hey,
6 points of piercing.
6 damage is still worth it.
Yes.
Okay. You throw the dagger, you watch as it otherwise, where usually fighting skeletons before, you know that piercing wasn't nearly as effective as you would have hoped, as the blade usually went straight through, usually casting off the side of the bones. But you note that as it does, it otherwise leaves a cut and a gash, where the bones seem to be weaker, but then it fills with the silver liquid. They don't seem to be resistant like other skeletons do.
Okay.
That's the end of your go?
It's my turn, yeah.
Okay. The skeleton at this time... Yeah. It's going to make 2 attacks. It's going to make 1 versus... No. Yeah, it's going to make 2 attacks. 1 versus Romulus and 1 versus... Who would be the next biggest threat? Probably Kirv. So Romulus and Kirv will be taking an attack each. Advantage versus Romulus, because Romulus reckless. That is a dirty 20 to hit Romulus. He doesn't have the ward on him, so he takes 9 points of piercing damage, halved to 4, because he is raging. And he is now half speed because of the arrow and can't go invisible. And the second attack versus you, Kirv, and so that is a 18 to hit, which I believe just hits.
Yeah, that does.
You take 12 points of piercing damage and cannot become invisible and have your movement speed halved. They are then going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, dash 1, 2. They leave the battlefield.
Proceed.
Cat, it's your go.
Okay. Literally all that's left is his dog.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who leaves their dog behind? Oh, meanie.
Yeah, honestly. John Wick would
Okay.
be disappointed.
Cat's gonna turn around. How bad is this dog looking?
It's looking better than the other ones were previously.
Okay, how bad's Kirv looking?
Very.
Oh, single digits.
Oh jeez.
Oh, shit.
Okay. As Cat turns round to see that he's run off and see what's actually left, sees Kirv struggling there. She's
And
turned back.
grappled still.
She just grabs her charm on her necklace, like, Trolodex, can you help her, please? And she's gonna summon Trolodex
Go ahead.
next to the wolf.
Go ahead and roll me wild magic as Trolodex comes out.
Dragon versus wolf.
Yes, that's it.
Dragon versus Wolf. I wonder who will win.
That's all she's got.
Yeah.
I rolled the wrong
I mean,
thing.
I guess it
I mean,
depends
the
on the
fact-
size, right?
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, I suppose. Still.
Okay, so he's got.
I mean, the fact that that's all you've got, I mean, that's a pretty good option.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
You're like,
I'm
oh,
gonna take
I'm
it.
sorry, this is all I have. I only
That's
have this.
all I've got.
I don't
I
have
can't-
this dragon.
I can't blow the mountain up, I'm afraid. Not at the moment.
That's
I
fair.
could try, but I don't know it'll work.
Okay.
He's gonna make 2 rend attacks and then scoot round to the side to do a breath attack.
Okay, go for it.
No, actually, does a breath attack make a lot of noise?
Possibly.
He's not doing the breath weapon.
Okay,
He's just doing 2 rend attacks. I'm not
Okay.
risking
go for it. He has a bonus +4 to hit because he is flanking.
bonus +4 on his +9.
So both will hit.
Wow.
That is exactly the amount that he needed. So both will hit.
Okay, so 2d6 +9 piercing. Wow.
Max on the damage though.
Yeah,
So that's
2d6
12 plus
plus
18, so that's 30 damage. Yeah. As you summon Trolodex, Trolodex rends into this hound, otherwise tearing its bones bit from bit and pulling it apart as it is otherwise scattered and falls to the ground. You stand there momentarily, the silence almost beginning to take the air around you. The combat seems to be over.
This cat thumbs up. Thank you, buddy. Collapses on Terrador. I'm done.
Right. I'm immediately moving over to Carvern. How is
Mhm.
she doing?
Carvan's alive. She is cold and rest has been disturbed, which means that you'll need to start resting immediately or she might have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, rest,
Yeah,
please,
can't
now.
rest that.
Now,
Right.
By the way, concentration.
Everyone who needs to be.
Cat's fallen back asleep.
Okay.
Mortar kind of pats Cat on the shoulder and says thank you, and then passes out next to her.
Okay. The dome begins to go up
Right.
as you begin.
Romulus, Kirv, I need you two to keep an eye out on casting this. I've no idea how quickly they can make more wolves.
Spitting out blood, thumbs up.
I'm sorry, I would have healed you.
Mortar will kind of, as he's laying next to Cat, will just hold out a hand, kind of touch Kirv on the ankle, and cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay.
It's a tragic mess over here. It's
Yeah.
not good.
You begin to set up the tiny hut once again as you begin to prepare for your night's rest once more. So, although your rest was interrupted, you are going to be taking a full long rest as a result of this.
Oh my god.
So,
Okay.
you all recover 1 point of exhaustion.
I can change my spells.
Your maximum health goes back to normal, as does your current health.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you
Nice.
restore everything that you would have on a long rest.
That's. Woo.
And you gain 5 hit dice as well because of your level. So some of you that
I
might be
felt this
back
good
to
since before I
max.
died.
So
I'm on 1 level exhaustion.
you get what sleep you can. As I would like someone to roll me 2d10, please.
I'll go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
rolled
green
last
ones?
time, so someone else.
Yep.
should-
Green one's here.
That's 8.
Double check.
As
Okay.
the wolves come back
No.
with a dragon.
As yes, I have upgraded them from hounds to dragons just to make this more fun.
No,
You have
wolves
gotten a
riding
long rest
dragons.
now. Time to make this worse.
Ah.
So, as you wake the next morning after having as much rest as you can, there is the sound of crunching from outside as Romulus is preparing breakfast and what he can. I'd like everybody to roll, or not roll. I'd like everybody to mark off 1 ration for the day.
Oh, so I was going to say roll initiative.
Roll a con. Oh, come on, stop making me roll.
But I would like someone to make me a perception check, please, as they hear the sound of crunching nearby. Those of you with a high enough passive
Go for
perception
it.
for this
Well, actually-
would be Vinny and Mortar and Romulus. All 3 of you would note this.
Okay. In which case, then I won't roll.
Oh, this is just the rolling is just to see if you can identify what's making the noise. You can just hear it coming. That's all.
Okay, so
But
I
does
don't
anybody? How many levels of exhaustion does everyone have? Because I still
I'm
have
on-
1, so I will
roll.
have.
I'm on 2 now.
1.
I'm just on the 1. You feel free to make the roll if you would like.
I have a. Well, I'll have a straight roll anyway. So.
Romulus is also a
Yeah.
straight roll, but he has a +5. So
Oh come on. That's 13.
13. It's not a particularly high DC. As you're looking out of the dome, you note that there are what looks to be some individuals walking towards you. You take note of them, and you can see what looks to be 2 dwarven individuals, kind of this pale whitish grey skin to them, and kind of these thick, crusty beards. As they begin to walk up, they have 2 poles. One of them has a massive pickaxe on his back, but both of them wear goggles as they wander up. As they stop at the edge of the dome, one of them with kind of the walking pole taps on the outside. "You're right in there." No one's
Just
home.
Needs to poke
about.
her head out and say hello. It can't be me.
Yeah, it can't be me because that would terrify them.
I'll poke my head out.
Okay, you poke your head out of the dome. Good to see you're well. Undead attack you during the night? Gestures to the bones scattered around the outside of the dome.
Yeah, sure. Who are you?
We're travellers, heading up towards Glassen. I assume that you're either coming down from there or heading up.
Yeah, we're heading up there at the moment. So you're traveling a little light there. Travel far?
Fair amount. Probably maybe 3 weeks journey.
3 weeks, huh? Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're,
cool.
we're hoping
Alright,
to
well, I mean-
reach there before the end of the Autumn Festival.
Gotcha. But funny enough, same. We're actually headed up to Glassen ourselves. Yeah.
If you've got the room to tag in 2 extra individuals into your homestone, we're more than happy to come with you.
Well, I mean, it's not really up to me. I'm not really the homestone owner, you know. Hey, Vinny.
Yeah,
He's a
they.
little shy.
Pop back in a sec, Mortar.
Mortar pops back in a sec.
Just to be clear, they can't.
Yes.
Sound doesn't leave the bubble. does it?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
There are no
Yeah, I
private
can leave it
conversations
very close
in
if you
the
want.
bubble, unfortunately.
Go right
You
on
can
a
still
bit of
whisper.
paper.
Well, I'm okay. Can I get a sense of how tough they look?
Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
I can do you one better. Mortar will use Hunter's Sense on. He will use all of his charges to do it on.
On both of them.
Actually, because he can do it on 4 creatures.
Well, there's only 2 of them, so you'd only use up 2 of your charges for this.
I will. Yeah, I'll use 2 charges then.
Okay. So what did you get on your insight there, Vinny? If you still have a point of exhaustion,
Was
it would be
a-
with disadvantage.
Good point. Ooh,
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
hello.
Internet. Sorry.
Ah.
No worries. So that is okay. That's a 15.
15. Looking at them, they are seasoned travellers. You've been around these kinds of folk before, and they know their way around going from A to B. Mortar. You've seen seasoned travellers. Then you've seen mercenaries. Then you've seen Royal Guard.
Ah, shit.
You see these 2 individuals, and you examine both of them. One of them is seemingly laden with some sense of magical essence to them. One that seems to ooze a protection from most kinds of magic and damage types. The other one, on the other hand, from your experience and from with the use of Hunter's Sense in this instance, the other individual seems to be a very strong fighter in some capacity or another. These individuals are... One of these individuals is a very well-trained fighter. The other one seems to have some form of magical potential or regality to them.
Only 2 of them though. Okay.
Correct.
I guess I'll pass that on. So these guys seem like they're
well-
packing some. These guys seem like they're packing some serious heat. I think having them with us may actually be beneficial.
Yep, well, you guys seem tough enough for me. As long as you can handle yourself to some extent, then I think it's the more the merrier.
We won't
We're,
weigh you down, don't worry.
Also, Chris, did I get their resistances, immunities, and weaknesses from Hunter's Sense?
Yes. So, one of them is resistant to acid, cold, fire, lightning, necrotic, radiant, and force damage.
Ooh.
And is and poison
Interesting
poison
combo.
damage as well. Sorry, because they are dwarves. The other one is resistant to poison and cold damage.
No vulnerabilities.
No immunities and no vulnerabilities.
Good to know.
So just
okay.
to check, whatever... Yeah, so whatever it is that is giving that one guy like half...
You cut out there. What was that?
But doesn't immunities doesn't... Oh, sorry. That one guy has like half a dozen immunities, but has to be a dwarf to get resistant to poison.
Possibly.
It's an odd combination. Yeah, normally the poison is the one they throw in for free. But
For dwarves, they don't need it.
fair enough. Alright, well... Yeah, it's rare that you encounter polite company on such a harrowing path, so I'm not going to turn it down. Sorry I can't come out in person, we're just trying to keep warm in here.
That's entirely fair. Well, we'll be heading off up. So if you're ready to move, we can travel with, or you can catch up if you want, and we can start making a headway. We'll trailblaze a path for you, and you can follow in our footsteps.
Sorry, Chris, did you say one of them looked like a powerful spellcaster, like magical?
Quite possibly, yeah.
I'll kind of look at Carvern and kind of look at Vinny as if kind of going, maybe they might be able to help with her condition. But I'll try to keep it as kind of subtle as I can, so it can't really be read by anybody else.
Kat, go ahead and roll me wild magic, please. Okay, and again for Titan armor if you're casting it at the beginning of the day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, hang on.
This is the point at which Vinny and Mortar are like, well, Carvern is starting to get a bit cold, and then
Fireball.
And then fireball goes off. Yeah, for sure.
No longer cold. They just hear this muted thud from inside the dome, and watch as smoke begins to billow out.
Well, I mean, I don't mind as you look over the cat. See, she looks perfectly normal. Like, all of the corruption
nice.
is gone and disguise.
Nice.
She has cast disguise self on herself because she doesn't trust people. You said they were powerful. So she looks how she looked before any corruption. I mean, if they want to help us, then cool. If they can help Carvern, then that'd be even better.
Hey, sorry, terribly rude of us, but
I mean, you're all still in the
we
dome as well. If you want to
ourselves.
talk, it'll be nice to
I'm
see you
gonna-
face to
I
face.
stepped outside.
I'm
stepped
gonna head out now.
Terribly
Yeah,
sorry,
I'll
we haven't
head out.
introduced ourselves. My name's Mortar. This is Kirv. Cat. In the dome at the minute, it's Vinny. He'll show himself in a sec. We've got a big old Minotaur dude. That's Romulus. And then our other friend is Carvern. She's actually not doing so hard at the minute. And you look like you got a bit of magic about you. Do you reckon is there any chance you might be able to do something for her? She's really in a bad way. And, none of us have that the power to really set her straight, you know?
Depends on how bad they are, I'm afraid.
Fair enough.
I'm not too much skilled in the ways of healing.
Well, okay. Well, you can see for yourself once the dome's down. We don't really want to expose her to the cold too much. She's kind of in a bad place right now.
Is Romulus done cooking at this point, by the way?
Yeah, Romulus has finished food and you've all eaten and stepping out of the dome at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're ready to go then, so I'll step out.
Okay. Pterodor
As the dome
pulls
drops,
up
Pterodor
from the
come out of
ground. The two of them kind of seeing the elemental, you watch as the more martially based one kind of goes to kind of stretches his hand to the side before the caster kind of puts the hand away or pats their hand down.
Okay.
They don't
It's not
have
fun.
a weapon on them, you note.
Dangerous road to travel without a weapon, friends.
We got a weapon if we need it.
I respect that. So, what are your names?
They look at you. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. I'll say with advantage, because you have given them yours and generally been polite for the meeting of them.
Best time ever. Persuasion. Good. Wow, I never use this stat. Alright, okay. Oh, that's the one. Hey, that's not bad. 17.
17. You otherwise watch as they look at one another. Name's Nexor. Nice to meet you. This here is Khmer.
Yeah. I'll hold out a hand for shake.
Nexor takes it, but Khmer doesn't.
Respectful. Is Nexor the fighter or is Nexor the mage?
Nexor's the fighter.
Okay, cool. Well, sorry to make this short, but our friend really needs to get somewhere civilized quick. She's fading fast.
Fair enough. Then you better follow us. We'll take the day in charge.
Can I quickly speak in Dwarvish and just say thank you?
Nice.
They look at you and they kind of nod, and one of them is back in Dwarvish. You're welcome, but we're not there yet.
It's just occurred to me as well. Mortar's done this whole introduction thing. He's only got one leg, and he's just hopping up and down while he's doing this. 'Cause his peg leg's still not
You're
repaired
being
yet.
supported because you don't have a peg leg right now, so your movement speed
yeah.
is slowed massively.
It's
For sure.
how much? It's mine.
Pterodor has enough room that Mortar can basically hop along with Pterodor and be okay, for the most part.
Is movement reduced for exhaustion too?
Yes.
Yeah, reduced to half.
So right now you'd
Okay.
be traveling slowly anyway.
Okay. That's for an hour. Cool.
I don't know how much I like the idea of these guys leading. Obviously, like, they seem to know where they're going and everything. They seem to be on the up and up. But could I just do an insight when he said, "Oh yeah, we'll take the charge"? Normally, that's Mortar's role, so he's kind of like,
Yeah.
I mean, just in case there's anything slightly sinister there.
Go for it.
Okay. I believe that's another 17, but let me just double check, because I have a +4 to wisdom.
This is on insight, wasn't it? With
Yes.
disadvantage?
Yeah, 17. Oh, with disadvantage, yeah, thank you. I'll roll the other one.
That's all right. Oh, it's a 16 instead. What a shame.
16 instead.
Not enough, I'm afraid. Looking at these individuals, from what you gather, they seem to be seasoned travelers, much like yourself. And they are heading in the direction that you would have headed today, looking at it. So you gather that they are indeed heading to Glasson, and they're just travelling at a good pace. As they're travelling ahead, kind of blazing a trail through the day, the weather staying relatively calm, you see that there is a low bank of cloud that is beginning to come in. It's not necessarily going to get bad weather-wise, it's just going to be a little bit difficult to see coming up soon. Probably tomorrow. But as you're beginning to get further up the mountain, you, or you in particular, Mortar, note that there seems to be almost this kind of strange structure beginning to kind of erupt from the snow ahead. As you draw close, you watch as the dwarf in the front, next or otherwise, kind of waves a hand, and you watch as a number of individuals kind of come down. You see what look to be draconian individuals and orcan individuals head down towards your party, and the draconian who kind of steps up. Travelers from where, might I ask? You're a very eclectic bunch. We're from the Far East, from Far Kingdoms there. We come to celebrate the autumn harvest festivals. Nay, otherwise not. Shame you missed the festivities, but of course. And you lot?
These guys
Bit of a mixture.
Like, did they just come out in the snow all guerrilla warfare style like?
Yes.
Oh,
Chris,
okay.
I've been keeping this guy's self up the
Yeah.
entire time.
No, that's fair. So go ahead and roll me, given this is a day's worth of travel, mark off 4 more uses. You're fine.
Yeah, we're good.
But yeah, they came out guerrilla warfare style. As you get a look, you can see what looks to be almost a fake pine tree up ahead. And you can make out what looks to be almost these hatches with kind of fake snow on the top to mimic and blend in with the surroundings to allow these individuals to just arrive.
Okay. These guys seem like guards, or do they seem more like a mercenary group being
They're
paid to-
wearing guard regalia from what you can tell. They seem to be wearing the same sort of
Gotcha.
like ice crystal guard that the Rime guards were wearing in the Rime Wardens in Orville.
Okay, cool.
And where did you say you're all from?
Well, technically the Beastlands I am, but we came from Zakers to Overt Grove to wander around, coming here, and then we want to go back to Overt Grove.
Go ahead and run a persuasion check. It's the wandering
shit.
around bit they're interested in. And make it with disadvantage. Don't forget, Kirv, you have advantage on persuasion against dwarves. These guys aren't dwarves, but if you meet more dwarves in the future.
Yeah, no, that just sums that up, really, doesn't it? Let's be honest. 5.
5?
Mm.
That's a lot of places. It's a big troop as well. Mind if I take a look?
We have someone who's gravely injured.
Of course. Let me take a look. And the Draconian begins to go through your things. Are there any objections to them exploring your packs?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. The gun's in there.
Okay. So what do you do as he begins to explore your packs? Actually, no, let's do this as we have done in the past. Everybody roll me a d6.
Oh, come on, that's never worked out well for me.
So Romulus is definitely being searched with 6. Cat's being searched with a 4. Kirv, you're not being searched with a 3. Vinny, you're being searched with a 6. And Mortar, you're not being searched. So,
Mortar's one's benefited him.
yeah. So, Cat, Romulus, and Vinny, are there anything in your packs that is illegal contraband? And are you going to object to them searching your packs?
Does the refined blood crystal count as contraband?
Yes.
Okay. There, I've got that. What about the letter from Asmodeus?
Asmodeus?
Yes.
Depends if they can read it.
Okay.
How many of us actually have contraband in our bags?
I
So obviously
don't
Cat.
think I have any. I have.
Okay.
I think I'm fine.
I have a couple of things that could possibly be, but I think it's not a problem.
The only thing of note, and I'll say this is probably more for Romulus in this sense, they find the bag filled with glass shards and other stuff, which is his war crime dust, which is the ground up glass, chili pepper, soul, iron filings, and sand. And they are going to confiscate them. His clockwork amulet is also in there. To which Romulus is going to object, dip his hand in, and is going to take the clockwork amulet, as they perceive this as a very dangerous mixture of things, which, if it's just being used to carry stuff, then it's not very safe and hygienic either way. But either way,
I mean, they're not wrong.
they do take the war crime dust off of Romulus and confiscate it for the purposes of, that is a very dangerous concoction you might have there. I don't think there's anything else on him that would be
They're not searching mine.
dangerous.
As long as they don't pat me down, we're good. I bite.
Oh, and they
Yeah, for sure.
they question the reason for his horrible rat nightcap.
Yeah, valid. I question it too.
I forgot about that.
I'm going to be adjusting the war crime dust. I'm going to just adjust it to 6. I'll leave it at 6, but I'm also just going to put in brackets after it. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Emptied. For the purposes of that they have been emptied out. So that he's got the bags back, but the contents has been gotten rid of. Okay. And you didn't have anything that you thought was contraband, Vinny or Cat? Or,
I've got some of the blood crystal, refined stuff.
Okay.
And I've got the letter.
Okay. They will...
I don't... Right, I don't think I have anything, so I'm going to be making a point of being very enthusiastic of letting them search if that...
Oh, gotcha.
If that'll get us through faster.
Yeah,
Maybe
it'll
that
get you
helps
through
draw
faster.
the heat off of me, and that's why they
Yeah.
search mine.
Yeah, that makes sense. So they take the blood crystal from you, Cat, as that is contraband. They, in this moment, as they do take it, they do question, why do you have this?
Well, we found it in a dungeon. I'm using it to supplement my ability to keep everyone alive.
And you know what this stuff is made of?
Look, it already exists. It's been refound. At this point, if I can use it to keep people alive, then I can use it for a positive rather than negative.
Yeah, she brought me back to life like not but a few days ago, so that stuff actually saved my life.
Roll me a persuasion check. Hmm?
For who, sorry?
This will be Cat.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything in character. Just given how this part of the world is about undead, I was not going to volunteer that information.
I didn't even think that. That
It's-
didn't cross my mind.
We'll see how it goes.
Actually, it's not bad.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's a 16 for Cat.
There's a moment where the caster from the two dwarven individuals steps up and goes, "They've been fighting the undead. It's been hard on them, and if what they say is true, which I believe it is, it would be worth letting them keep it." As she says that, the individual kind of nods. "All right, then. You may keep it, but don't use it for anything nefarious, and if you get caught with it when you go into the city, I can't hold any promises."
No, that's absolutely fine. I can understand, and I don't want anyone to get in trouble for it.
Of course.
Thank you.
They otherwise kind of give a general nod, and they let the rest of you through. With relative ease, after having spent the day travelling, you otherwise, at this guard post, take a moment to catch your breath, and as night is beginning to fall, the guards pull out what look to be these kind of almost what you could imagine would be metal rods, but there is a thick wrapping around it, and at the head of it you see there is this kind of glass sphere, and as they're otherwise holding it up, they are leading the way, seemingly travelling through the night to get you to Glasson. Are you following, or are you going to insist on stopping?
Let's follow. Let's get this done.
Am
Yeah, I
gonna
would like
take
to try and follow
exhaustion
if we
from
can.
this?
I'll escort. Let's go. Right, if we're getting a free
I'll,
escort from this.
As she's being carried by Terador, I want to try and wrap Carvern up warmer.
Okay. Go ahead, and I will say...
That doesn't need any healing or anything, actually.
I'll say in this instance, go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw here, Vinny. This will be more for the act of performing this action while under the cold yourself.
Okay.
Total?
14.
14. You manage to, despite the cold, with climbing onto Terador, you otherwise help with the rest of the wrapping up of Carvern through the night, providing as much shelter as you can to her as you continue to ascend through the night. You're all beginning to feel a little fatigued, and I would like everybody to roll me a Constitution saving throw for a point of exhaustion.
Is that with disadvantage?
Nope, nobody has disadvantage on this. So Romulus does fail on his part. So Romulus gains a point of exhaustion, which he'll be able to recover from in a bit, once you get to the city.
22.
22, you're fine. Vinny?
21.
Okay. Mortar? How much was that?
12.
12, just succeed. And Cat,
I got 11.
you just fail.
I'm going to.
Can I
get
tie?
Cat's
Actually,
information.
can I tie to chaos set?
Yeah.
Thinking
No.
about
I was going to say I'll do mine because yours triggers a wild stone, right?
it. No, it doesn't trigger. but
Not unless
Wild
it's
Stone
recharging.
recharges it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, alright, I've got
Alright,
like
that's the
21.
one.
Okay. Also, go ahead and roll me for disguise self twice more.
As we get into the guards and we're surrounded, just before it's about to run out, I'm going to tell her, I say, what you're about to see, don't freak out. And I look over to the dwarf, like, I'm actually a student of Onveki, I don't know if you know him. And I'm going to let disguise self wear out.
Okay. disguise self wears out. There's not panic by any means. There is concern as the guards kind of look over you, kind of seeing the affliction that you have. And you otherwise watch as the caster up to this point, who you haven't really gotten a good look at. You just saw kind of a crusted beard and a kind of a thick hood. They pull back their hood, and you can kind of see these very delicate and very well pulled together braids. You can see clasps covered in runes. You can see what looks to be a very old dwarf individual, stone-skinned dwarf, as they look back at you and go, "You're the one who Vecchi's got as a student."
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Ellie Fleethoof, and puts out a hand.
I will put out my hand, so you know. Okay, everyone's.
Can I insight this guy?
Hi. I'll shake
Go
his
ahead.
hand with mine.
He's
Mine.
only just he revealed himself as soon as he saw the corruption. So that's where I'm going.
No, that's fair.
Okay, this
Well,
is good.
I
Also,
it
is also a she,
I'm a
but
student
go
of on that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
No, that's fine.
Oh, that's pretty freaking good. That's 22.
Do you have a point of exhaustion?
Shit, I do.
Disadvantage.
Right, I'm back at 3, so don't worry.
There we go.
Ah,
13.
yeah, it's nowhere near as good. 13.
I'm at 2.
That's right. So, you otherwise, you get a general sense of them that they are supportive. Also, didn't you fail the save, Kat? So you should be back at 3,
No,
right?
I tried some chaos.
Oh, that's right.
I got
Yeah.
16 plus.
Sorry, yeah. Even I forgot.
Yeah.
You look at them and it's hard to read them in a lot of senses, but you get a general idea that they feel trustworthy, and that it's quite possible that the mention of Vecchi and the fact that they know Kat's real name suggests that they have heard about Kat through Vecchi or similar grapevines.
Right. I don't like that.
She otherwise nods. I look forward to being at your court hearing in not too long.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. After this, we've got to get back up there. I also got to meet my granddad before that. Oh.
You have a busy schedule ahead of you then.
Mm.
And what brings you to Glasson, if I might ask?
Can't just be honest at this point. Just like, we're trying to save a friend. Gestures to Vinny on Terrador. So, and then heading back. I'm looking for a goose. Looks over at Kirv.
More specifically, I'm looking for a goose.
Well, you're not going to find many geese this far up in the mountains, I'll tell you that much.
It's a very special goose.
Enlighten me.
Oh boy.
I don't think I will.
Suit yourself. And you otherwise head up the rest of the way as the night passes. Just about as dawn is beginning to crest on the far distance, you can see the walls of the large citadel before you. The massive and tall spiring towers of the city of Glasson. Large walls around the exterior, rhyme wardens lining the outside of it. Rangers all the way along the path that you've taken up towards Glasson have checked in on your troop every now and then. Seemingly multiple checkpoints leading up to this section of the city. As you reach it, and as you begin to step up, you begin to notice something which you didn't spot while you were further away, because it didn't make sense. As you step into the city past the gates, being let in by the guards, with your newfound ally, Khmer, who seems to be willing to give you all the pass, shall we say, of being allowed in after revealing that you work for Vecchi. You step inside and you can see that the central tower isn't actually attached to the ground. You note that it seems to be floating a good 40, 50 feet off of the ground. And the entire underside of it seems to be a massive, sprawling market. The thoroughfare from the main gate where you enter leading straight down into this market at the center, and there is greenery up here, and it is warm. You also note, Cat, looking around, you notice runes and magic everywhere. And a lot of people here seem to be practicing magic out in the open, happily. And you find it harder to find someone who doesn't seem magically orientated within this city.
Oh, wow. One day when we're not in a rush, I need to come back here.
Welcome to Glasson.
In the meantime, do you guys know any really good healers?
You'd be best heading to the central tower for that sort of thing. I can get you in with one of their healers, potentially get something sorted. Your friend does need some emergency attention.
If there's any way you could recommend for that, would be most grateful.
I can do what I can.
Also, I don't suppose you know of any good places where any good artisans or anything that might make prosthesis, and I'll kind of indicate to my missing leg.
There are plenty of training artificers around here who will be more than happy to build you a prosthesis. Plenty of them are trained and skilled in some manner, and several more apprentices. Depends on whether you want something new or something old and reliable. But
Okay, some things to think about.
I can point you in the right direction for that.
In the meantime, we need a bar. We need a room. We need comfy beds.
No need. Come with me. And she is going to... How many of you are there? 6, including Terador?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
7. It wouldn't it be
What?
7 including...
5
what's
past
his
60
name?
members, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
cover
yeah.
in total. Yeah.
I can only take so many of you. Who would like to come with?
I was going to say, Vinny, you could huddle with Carver, to be fair. The extra heat would probably be better.
Yeah, whatever you have available, I'm happy to share.
I can get quite a few of us, so who wants to come with?
I'll go with.
I would like to.
Alright. You two and your elemental will come with. And they are going to cast Fly at 6th level.
Ooh.
Oh, a flying Pterodor. This is going to be funny.
Yes, it is. The Royal Guard, Romulus and Mortar, you will have to stay on the ground for this, unless you have other ways to fly on your own. Levitate
Also,
won't be fast enough to keep
well, that
up.
was really... Well, yeah, I was going to say, Mortar looks at his leg, looks at the guys flying off, and he goes, well, that was really stupid, wasn't it?
Can't Mortar technically ride cat? I know it's horrific to say, but...
Honestly, that is downright diabolical.
In this instance, that would slow you down, which means that you'd fall behind from Terador, and that means Terador would want to fall behind as well, which is...
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I've got 2 points of exhaustion, that's fair.
Not to worry, I'll stick on the ground then.
You watch as Khmer turns back around. Nexor, if you could otherwise take them to our usual stopping point, and I'll meet you back there and set things up once I've returned. Of course. Otherwise, hits his fist to his chest. You can hear the sound of armor beneath as he gestures to Romulus and Mortar. Follow me. Take you to the nearest place you need to be, but we'll deliver you to an artificer first.
Many thanks. I'll hop on Romulus's back.
Romulus
Giddy
will
up.
carry you.
Oh,
Romulus otherwise turns back around. You say giddy up one more time, and you're going to need 2 more prosthetics.
Yeah, fair enough. That tracks.
And he carries
Yeah,
you
remember-
with Nexor. As Vinny, you, Kirv, Cat, and Terador otherwise shoot through the sky. You on Terador's back, making sure to secure Carvern and kind of keep her warm. You otherwise shoot through the air, following after Khmer as you're travelling up towards what looks to be the central tower. As you otherwise arrive, or begin to get closer to it, you can see that there are several stopping points along the way. What look to be balconies built for, as if landing pads for those with such spells, whether that be fly or levitate. And looking at this, you can see that there are what look to be these kind of mage plate wearing guards kind of standing there in this moment as you arrive at the exterior and begin to land. They kind of see you. Khmer otherwise, you know, she pulls down a robe, her robe on her wrist, and otherwise shows what looks to be some form of fan bracer, and they immediately kind of salute and stand to attention. Notably, there aren't many dwarves or dwar that you've seen around here. Most of them seem to be Orkern or Draconian, of the silver and grey variety. Grey Orkerns and silver Draconians.
Alright.
As you head inside, you continue to follow Khmer. The sound of the wind on the exterior dies down temporarily while you're on the interior, and you can see that it opens up into this grand opening base floor. You can see that there are staircases leading up and what looks to be a central hole that runs from this ground floor all the way to the top, as Khmer begins to fly directly up through the middle. And the rest of you follow, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, did
Yes.
Vinny say he had to be right back, or?
I believe so, but he's being held prisoner on Terador, so he's along for the ride anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. You otherwise continue heading up the tower past several rooms along the way. As you can see, there is almost this spiral of buildings and otherwise inbuilt rooms that with the doors all facing inwards as you continue going up this tower. Several layers of it, in fact, looking like it's built from the ground up, as it is quite a thick tower and probably has almost these small neighbourhoods in place. As you continue up the middle, Khmer otherwise stops on one particular platform, one particular level, and begins to kind of walk with haste over to a particular section where, you know, a number of mages otherwise kind of look, nod, and kind of bow a little bit. She holds station here, it would seem. And given that you've seen her cast 6th tier magic, means that she's on par, if not better, than on Veki. As you continue following, she arrives at what looks to be a kind of a simple wooden door with a metal ring pull to it. As she otherwise pulls the door open, you hear a shout from inside. "I'm busy at the moment with another patient. If you can give me a few minutes, I'll be with you." And it's at this point that I would let the party take over, as she otherwise gestures for you to go in. But
Right.
with Vinny be right back, we'll go over to Mortar and Romulus. As Mortar, you're being led by Nexor and carried by Romulus. You are taken off to a what looks to be a workshop area not far from the central marketplace. It is warm here. You're no longer feeling the brisk chill, although the air is thinner up here still. You can see that there are these otherwise tall, almost spiral-shaped trees that are growing from sections of greenery around the central area of the city here. It's almost shaped like that of a caldera, with a almost dent in the middle of the top of the mountain where the city is built on the interior of it, and the tower is otherwise quite possibly the top of the mountain. You're not sure.
Might explain the warmth that we felt earlier on the plateau, maybe.
As you are carried off to one of these artificer shops, you watch as Nexor otherwise kind of heads inside, and you can see a what looks to be a young dwarf individual, kind of sat there, tinkering with something behind a desk. As you walk in, he kind of slides it to one side. How can I help you today?
Mortar kind of looks at his one leg. He kind of goes, I wish I had something funny to say right now. Hold on, it'll come to me.
Don't worry,
nothing yet.
I'll hop to it. And that hurt. That actually stung. I guess I really don't have much of a leg left to stand on, huh? The individual,
I like this guy.
the young dwarf otherwise, goes over to one section and pulls out what looks to be a small scroll and then hands it to you. Pick from one of the designs. We'll make it accordingly. It'll be made of a frostbound metal, so it's not going to freeze on you while you're in the cold. I'm surprised your other one hasn't given out yet, but I guess it's specially made as well.
Oh, this thing from, well, what can I say, it's a classic. Though I don't suppose you would have any each size for maybe one of these. He'll kind of like flex like his hand, and like the hand will kind of like jitter like and shake for a minute, in like in a way that's just like it's not designed to. Like I could do with an upgrade. It's been a few years. I think it's a little bit shorter than my current arm.
Well, I can sort some things out and get that all sorted. If you've got the coin, of course.
Well, what kind of prices are we looking at?
Well, if you're looking for something simple, probably charge 50 gold for something simple, get it back in working order, get it accustomed to your natural height and what you would have been used to. Making it adaptive to the cold is no difficult feat by any means. But if you're wanting something special, maybe something adaptive, charge you a bit more if you're looking for anything in particular. Note you got weapons on you, which means you must be some form of adventurer, I take it.
Guilty as charged.
In which case, if you're looking for anything unique, just let me know. We got arm blades, we got leg blades, we got sheaths that could be hidden within prosthesis. Although some places will reject
cannons.
that, and many places do know that they exist, so just beware you might be disarmed or dislegged.
Oh. But that's inappropriate against disabled people.
I mean, true, but if you're dangerous and you're armed, then they might want to take it away.
Okay. I guess just show me what you have. I'll see what I can do. I just want something that's durable, nothing too fancy. Something that'll get me back on my feet.
Alright, I can do that. And they begin to take your measurements accordingly.
Yep.
And we'll discuss the full cost of that in a bit. But, Vinny,
No worries.
you've otherwise gone up the central section of the tower and arrived at a particular floor as Kamir has led you over to what looks to be a simple wooden door, pulls the ring that otherwise would be the handle for the door, and pulls the door open as you hear a shout from the interior saying, I'll be with you in a moment. I'll just need to finish up what I'm doing with this patient, so please be patient. And Kimor gestures for all of you to enter, and is going to expend a second level spell slot to cast Levitate on Carvern so that she can be more easily carried in, as Terador is experimenting with his flight outside.
Yeah, I'll assist with moving her in.
Okay. Yeah, with Levitate, no issues whatsoever as you carry her in. Kamir is going to stay outside with Terador to make sure that he doesn't do anything dangerous while he's experimenting with this newfound power as an earth elemental. Or a new air elemental, I should say. So, you enter. Inside you see what looks to be a kind of a small hallway, and you can see there is almost this very small waiting room with what looks to be a simple set of like 2 chairs, a potted plant in the corner, and what looks to be a gemstone set into the wall, which is otherwise radiating this bright orange and red coloration. And you can begin to feel the warmth off of it as it's beginning to bathe over you. At the end of the hallway, you can see it leads into what looks to be a larger chamber, quite possibly for operations or whatever surgery may be taking place, you're not sure. Do you wish to wait?
Oh, we don't really have a whole lot of option.
We've waited this long.
Yeah, I mean, we're here.
Yeah. Now that we're in warm, can I start getting cover and unwrap the
Yeah, you can do. You begin to unwrap Carvern. You note that as you do, there is almost this faint mumble from her as she regains consciousness for a short bit. She mumbles something, but you can't make out what she says.
Okay. Right, so I'm gonna call that in general. I don't want to rush you. My friend is in a pretty bad state.
You hear mumbling from the other room, and you hear some quick footfalls as a otherwise tall and lanky, what looks to be a tello tabaxi of a snow tiger coloration and pattern, looks around the corner and steps in. There's a pause and a gasp as you're kind of unwrapping the blankets, which the inner ones are incredibly bloodied. It seems like at some point when she got into that dangerous state, quite possibly when the hut went down at some point, you had whatever that sleep through was, and whatever creature may have attacked you, if anything did, she may have bled quite a bit into the blanket itself. So one of those blankets will be ruined, but the other two are still doable, still usable.
Yeah.
As the tello otherwise gasps. Okay, come through quickly. Jean? And you hear kind of these quick footfalls as another figure kind of walks through the corridor and looks through. My apologies for making you wait. Please do, bring your friend through. And you hear some words from...
Right you are.
As you're bringing them through, you hear some words from within. But what about my son? Is he going to be okay? He's fine. Get him home, give him some soup and some bed rest. And send him back to school. And otherwise heads in, and you see what looks to be this Orcan mother with what looks to be a young son whose tusks are just coming through. And you can see that there are almost these marks on the lips and the chin where it looks that quite possibly they've either grown incorrectly or some other malady or something else seems to have taken place, possibly bullying or likewise, you're not sure. There is injury on the kid, yes. But is it as severe as a flayed individual? By no means. And the doctor or physician in this instance, who so far you've only gained the name of Jean, of what looks to be a shorter Dwar individual, kind of gestures for you all to come in and put her down onto a particular table as he goes over and begins to unstopper various ingredients on what looks to be some form of layout. If any of you are otherwise good in the forms of medicine or magic, now will be a good time to mention it. I could use your help. This is going to take some work.
I'm good with magic, and I know runes.
He otherwise looks back. A runesmith. Good. You'll be of much use here. Come over. The rest of you?
Okay.
Magic?
Right, I can... very basic healing. Usually only use it on the battlefield.
Basic healing's enough. That'll be useful.
It's been... Okay. It's been enough to keep us stable for the past few days, but I think we're about at the limit of what normal magic can do.
Nope, that's all right. I just need the power that you have.
Yeah.
Young
Civil
lady?
Right, just tell me what to
magic
do.
here.
Then you come with too. He begins to lay out what looks to be these kind of scrolls with intricate writing and runes on the top of them. As he begins to lay them out, one, then the next, then the next, he begins to put flasks on each of them, begins to pour in various ingredients, begins to point to each of you to kind of prepare and begin to infuse it with basic magic. Not spells, just magical power. So, I would like each of you to roll me 2d8, please. Kirv, you don't need to roll, because yours are automatically 3rd level.
Fabulous.
Hey, there you
So
go.
yours can't go above or below. By
That
accident.
is a 5 and a 6.
A 5 and a 6, so you spend 11 spell points.
That is absolutely.
And that is a 5 and a 1, so you spend 6 spell points.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to mark anything off?
You've used both of your Warlock spell slots here.
Okay, got it.
And Kat, go ahead and roll me a wild magic with disadvantage. Or advantage, sorry. Not disadvantage, because you want higher numbers. Yeah, so no wild magic goes off in this instance.
Nice.
As you're feeding power into this, or into these runes, you begin to watch as they begin to alight, and they're almost beginning to heat the contents to a very exact and accurate amount before these elemental energies begin to siphon and be pulled into the mixtures. As one is made, you watch as he quickly grabs it, pours it into the next, and otherwise points for more instruction as you begin to put more power into the next one before mixing the final ingredients, crushing a few things and sprinkling them in. He picks the flask up, tips it into what looks to be some form of almost simple iron cylinder, and just begins to shake it. A cocktail shaker, it would seem. As he begins to work through this, shaking it and getting it prepared, he pours it into a thin vial, and what should have been the volume of maybe half a litre of liquid, maybe slightly more, has now come down to a tiny phial's worth. So maybe no more than 50 milliliters. As he takes this liquid, he takes a few steps over and pours it into Carvern's mouth. And he takes a few steps back. That'll stabilize her for now. She's not getting her scales back. Not with my care. You'll have to plead to an elder if you want that to be done. But she's stable, and she's at no threat at the moment. If I might ask, who are you all?
Okay,
I've
thank
never
you.
seen you all before, but you knew to bring yourselves to me.
We met some other travelers on the road who directed us your way. We're from out of town, very far.
I can tell. We don't often get tieflings, let alone two of you here.
Tieflings.
Quite. Yeah, we came south to find Carla. I knew she was in trouble. I didn't know how much.
You brought her to the right place. She'll live. She'll need to rest, though. If you're hoping on either taking her with you or trying to talk to her, you're going to have to stick around several days.
Several days.
Recovery takes time, I'm afraid. Looking at you,
That
Cat.
is understandable.
Might take about a week. Maybe less if we're lucky. She is in dire straits.
Understandable.
But she's not leaving this place until
Okay.
she's better, so if you need to move on, you can. You have a name that I can forward, or someone who I can potentially send a message to. I can get something organised.
I have an idea. I've completely forgot what her name is. I can't actually read my writing. I've got a Nexor. Is it Kameen?
Khmer.
What?
K-I-M-I-R.
Oh, A-M.
No, K-I-M-I-R. Khmer.
Camille's going to meet us at the court thing. So, potentially Camille could bring Carvern with her, and then we regroup there.
Did you say
Gives
Camille?
her- Yeah. She's the one that brought us here.
He otherwise walks to the door. Otherwise leaving Carvern just on the bed as he opens the door, and you watch as he just embraces Camille in a hug, and she seems very caught off guard as she's currently directing Terador on how to do flips while flying.
Oh no,
He gives
This is
Camille a hug, and you watch as he just kind of goes, "You've got new friends, I see. Good to see you making new friends at your age." "Oh, shut up." And she kind of pushes him to one side. "Is everything all right in there?" Looking to the rest of you.
Well, she's stable, but apparently it's going to take a week to rest. But we have something we need to do before court. If everyone's okay with that, would it be possible for you to bring her to the court so we could all meet up? And it gives her plenty of time to recover. Looks over at Vinny. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, the only thing is that attack the other night. It seems like we're being hunted, and I'm sure this place is safe, but I don't like the idea of leaving her.
Camille at this point otherwise kind of gestures for Jean to stay outside with Terador, although he has no idea what he's doing by the looks of it. She walks in and says to the rest of you, "I can bring your friend, Carvern, was it? With me to the court meeting if you would like. It's easier to get out of here than it is to get into Glasson. I'm sure I can bring her with me when I go to Gomuldur. If that works for all of you, that is. And she will be kept safe and in good hands here. Don't worry. The undead have tried and crashed against these walls and failed several times."
How much do you know about these undead?
They've been around for hundreds of years, and they work with heralds and scions, and ultimately try their best to try and overthrow this place and try and bring back those who have been frozen. Try and prepare for everything that is going on. We're aware they exist. They often move and change locations. They've run assaults before. More often than not, we end up feeding them troops, so it's better for us to play the defensive game with them.
Understandable.
Makes sense.
But we're well equipped against undead. You don't have to worry about this place in that sense. Everyone here is a skilled mage of one sense or another, and all those who live within the tower at the very least have the capacity to enter it of their own volition. In other words, everybody within the tower can at the very least cast a second level spell.
Okay. Well, I mean, ultimately, this is your friend, Vinny, so I respect whichever decision you make.
If you're being hunted, there are ways down from the mountain that'll be relatively easy for you to get away from those who might be hunting you.
Yeah, because there's a herald right at the bottom of the mountain waiting.
Hmm. Okay, well, I want to make sure all of my friends are safe. If you can promise that you can keep Carvern safe here and and get her away safely. I'd prefer to focus on helping Cat.
Then I can promise that. I can have Nexol make sure to watch over her in the meantime. He is skilled, although he cannot enter or leave the tower as he sees fit. He is a very experienced individual.
Okay. If I could make a request, how possible would it be to cast sending between our groups?
I can do that easily. I know
I
the
have
spell
to
myself. She pulls out a spell book. I can quite easily do it.
If you'd be okay with doing that, and I could get updates on how her recovery is going.
Of course, I can do that.
Okay.
And I know
Thank
we've
you.
only just met, and this seems very suspicious of me to suddenly be offering all these things, but you're traveling with Onveki's student, one who is of very much interest to the council and to various parties. Looks at you, Cat. There are things that some of us can't find out about you that we might want to, and that's worrying.
I don't know either. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Well, call it invested interest on my part, of wanting to help you all to make sure that, well, a friend of Onveki is a friend of mine. He can owe me one for next time.
Alright. With that being said, getting Carvern her scales back. I didn't want to hope for a miracle, but your friend mentioned it is possible?
The elders might take a request. It's going to be tricky. They don't often accept requests, even for individuals of high birth or great power. They usually do it based on a whim or a wish.
Okay. So if I just go in there personally, they're not likely to.
No. You're more likely to get rebuffed if that were to happen. If you want to have that sort of thing take place, I'd recommend doing something for them, or having good recognition with them. But if you're on a time crunch, then you might not have time for that.
I'll look over at Vinny. I might have an idea. Not
Go
ideal, but well, you know how my elemental armor sort of wraps me in my elemental. Trellodex is nice, dragon. I might be able to infuse some of his ability or his power to pseudo create scales. It'll be a magical effect. It won't be natural organic scales, but magically I might be able to create scales for her as a spell. I'd have to make it. It's not going to be an easy venture, but I think that's possible. And I'll sort of like hold her chest and thing. Do you think that's possible, Trellodex? Would you be okay with that?
You otherwise hear almost this rumble from inside. I'm not opposed, so long as this Carvern is worthy. We haven't known them for long.
That much is fair. Well, hopefully we'll travel a little bit and you'll get to know them, but I'll let it at your discretion, as it is your power and I respect that.
There's a ephemeral nod from Treladex.
He said he's willing, providing she's worthy. He just wants to get
Okay.
to know her.
Okay, well, in that case, long term, I'd like to help her get her natural scales back no matter what.
Understandable.
But provided she's happy with it once she wakes up, I'd be very grateful for that.
If I may ask, how did she lose her scales in the first place? A disease, a malady, an attack?
A herald. Possibly.
We don't really know why. We were separated.
Understood.
It seems like they were peeled off.
She shivers, but kind of takes in that information. Right. Well, thank you for being honest. You've got about 4 minutes or so before this spell wears off. So if you are looking to leave the tower and don't have a way to fly yourselves, you'll probably want to leave to catch up with your friends now. And I will...
just suddenly visions a big ass pterodor falling from the sky. Oh.
Let's make a move then.
Your friend will be safe here. I'll send Nexor up once able to do so. As you step outside, you can see that Jean is currently trying to guide Pterodor, who is slowly but surely floating as if trying to escape down that central chute, and Jean is kind of waving and just shouting no in Dwarvish.
Just in case it does wear off, I'm gonna call Pterodor over, and you've had a tough couple of days.
Pterodor flies over.
Rest. I'll put him back in the crystal and I'll get Cinder out.
Pterodor resists.
Pterodor, get in your crystal!
Okay, Pterodor gets back in his crystal. Pterodor wants to fly!
I'll get Cinder out. She can follow.
Mm-hmm.
Because she can fly of her own will.
Yeah.
Just in case.
What are you going to say, Vinny?
Okay. Just before we leave, I want to say, I don't know what kind of state she'll be in when she wakes up. Please take care of her, okay?
Sean otherwise nods. I'll make sure to look after her.
Right.
And you're friends of Mum?
Sorry?
Pardon, sorry?
You're friends of Mum?
Mum?
Looks to Kamir. Yeah?
Oh, it's just dawned on me. Huh. Okay.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah.
by all means, I'll make sure that this individual of yours is taken good care of, and I'll make sure that the Rime Wardens are informed of the situation, and I'll get a few of them to stand guard.
Okay. Right. If all else fails and there's nowhere else you can go, can you get her to Frenlaw's Rest?
I can't, but Mum can. Looks to Kamir. I can take her anywhere that she needs to go. Trenlaw's Rest can work.
Okay. Okay, if for whatever reason someone goes wrong, actually, if you could get us to Zaker's Crossing, just if there's an emergency.
Zaker's Crossing I should be able to do.
To the Den of Furs. They'll take care of her there, and they'll make sure you're reimbursed for whatever effort you have to go to.
Of course, that should be alright. Okay. Anything
Right,
else you wanted to
thank
do
you.
before heading down? No?
No, I think that's about it.
Sleep.
Okay. You head down with the remainder of the fly spell. Catch up with Mortar, who's currently getting his measurements. The artificer otherwise putting in the bill for what it will be and starts getting the customization of it ready. Romulus travelling with you. You all head to what looks to be a small inn, relatively run down. You can see that it's kind of in a backwater section of Glasson, not the nicest place. As Khmer otherwise walks in, you see this otherwise haggard-looking Tello with patchy fur, who looks up and sees you all enter. Ah, Khmer, usual? Yes, please, and please just send it to my room. Of course. And you watch as she walks in and just snags a key off of a number of the hooks and just walks upstairs. She enters into her room, I presume, with a number of you following, or is anybody staying downstairs to buy a drink and anything else?
Stay down for a little bit.
Okay. You stay down for a little bit. I'll say Romulus stays with you just to give you the support. As
It's
I'm
all
gonna
good.
head straight on.
Cool.
Yeah,
Moving straight
Cat
up.
also.
Okay.
I'll just give Romulus a little nudge. I'll say, don't worry, I'll make my way out. There's banisters on the stairwell from what I can see. So
He looks at them. They don't look very sturdy though. And you can see that one of them
Relax,
is
I
very
don't
much
wait.
near falling off.
Relax. You just go and get some rest. I'll be up in a sec.
He sits down. No.
Can't take a fucking hit, can't you?
Nope.
That tracks.
He's going to stay with you for the time being. Kirv?
Just before heading up, Kirv sort of gives like a question thumbs up, like, you good? To Mortar.
Also kind of shrugs. He's like, who knows at this point. But he'll give like a kind of like a middle thumbs up to thumbs up kind of position.
Some
And he'll give
middle
her a little
thumbs up.
smile. Like kind of, like where it's like the wavy kind of like, where it's like put it like sideways, and then you kind of have it like halfway thumbs up.
She comes and sits
Like-
next to you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Romulus will leave you two to it. And we'll head up with Cat.
Well, I'm not going to be able to help him up if he can't get up the stairs.
Tough.
This sounds like a you problem, not a Romulus problem now.
You made this your problem.
Okay.
You
Okay.
tapped in.
Yep, you tapped in, Romulus tapped out. As Vinny and Cat, you two head up with Khmer to the room. As you head into what looks to be a rundown room. No bed, broken floorboards, partially smashed window. But you note that there is what looks to be a almost a shelf bracket to one side of the wall with what looks to be small pieces of chalk in it. As she walks over, picks up a bit of chalk and draws an archway. You have seen this done before, Cat,
Oh.
as she casts Magnificent Mansion.
Hey, there we go.
And
Well,
other
since I've been in one of these.
Indeed. As she steps inside, you find yourselves in a grand stone mansion. Several unseen servants on hand, able to give you food, water, and baths. There are fresh clothes, there are plenty of cornered off sections, and rooms abound for your entire troop, as you are treated to a wonderful meal that night, some simple drinks, and you're otherwise given a warm place to stay and rest. And I think that will be a good place for us to stop for tonight. So, with the party resting up, we won't be back next week, but we'll be back the week after. Cat obviously will be missing you, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say you're inspecting the magnificent mansion and going about doing anything else you might be interested in, which we can discuss about probably next week when I'm off of work. So
Yeah, that's
we
fair.
can discuss that. And the rest of you I will see the week after next for the stream. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.